Come on, man. What's going on now? Can y'all hear that? Oh, yeah, here we go. What's up, fight fans? We are back at it with another edition here at Round One Sports TV. I am always your host, Edwin, where the wall fights start.
Round one.
Let's go. Man, I hope my audio sounds a lot better right now. Frontline, let me know if my audio sounds better or if it's breaking up. Or if I yell, does it cut out? I just got to know. Been messing with the settings again, man. I'm just trying to like get this. I've been watching tutorials, so hopefully I got it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I can barely hear my sound effects now. I turned off that power boost, and I it sounds clear. Yo, thanks, man. I turned off the power boost. I can barely hear my headphones, my thing. Let me turn this up here. Then I'll just turn it up here. Sorry if this is going to be a little louder. I'm not sure if it is or if it's not, but I turned off the boost because I think that was distorting the mic. So anyway, frontline, man, we got a lot to talk about, man. Um, as on the thumbnail, you saw, Rolly versus Tszyu, and you see Tszyu versus Spence Jr. We're gonna talk about those fights, and we could talk about anything you want in boxing related to boxing. One of the fights today that I wanted to talk about too, I also put Tyson Fury on the thumbnail because, man, I'm speechless. Jade, I am speechless right now. That was a bad performance by Tyson Fury. I'm sorry. That fight was garbage. And I don't know how to say that in like a good way. I'm just gonna come out and say it. Tyson Fury did not look like Tyson Fury to me. That guy he fought in the ring, that dude was a straight up cab driver. We talk about the definition of a tomato can, that, my friends, was a straight tomato can, and it took you that long to get rid of him. Now look how far Tyson Fury has come in his fighting career. I'm not. Are you watching the Boo Boo card? Nah, I haven't been watching the card neither. No, not at all. The Boo Boo Andre card. Some of these fights, right, that were announced, and some of these fighters are really hurting their credibility. And I think what's happening in the sport of boxing is something we really need to pay attention to. That these fighters, in the prime of their career, they start getting popularity, they start getting a little fame, and they start taking more vacations. In the middle and the heart of their career, when they should have been the most dominant, they should have capitalized on their market when they were the youngest, the strongest, the quickest, and the fastest in their career. Then they leave boxing and they come back, middle-aged old boxers, and they expect for us to be like, "Oh shit, he's back." Errol Spence Jr. But see, boxing is a blood sport. It's the kind of sport that we crave blood. We crave excitement. We like knockouts. We like big fights. When Tyson Fury comes back, his name is not ringing bells like it once was. Now, is it? Neither is Boo Boo Andrade. Frontline told me this morning about Tyson Fury's fight, bro, and it completely went over my head. I started to realize something. These fighters took advantage of the situation when they were young in the sport of boxing. Tyson Fury took off from boxing. He had 3 belts, vacated all the belts, and started dressing up like Batman, getting in a yellow Lamborghini and showing up to press conferences, all drunk, keyed out of his mind. Am I right? How long did he take away from boxing? How much did he blow up? What was his beer belly looking like? Then he comes back, has these kind of performances, loses not once but twice to Usyk, And all of a sudden, what? It's the fans' fault because we're not tuning in to watch you? When we asked you to fight the best, you didn't do it. You didn't do it. And that's some of these fighters. When we asked you to stick around, do these fights, get this fight done, this and that. Tyson and Fury had the nerve to come back and got one fight. Remember, he said, next time I get in the ring, y'all better pay me $100 million. Did that ever happen? The $100 million fight for Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury needed to fight AJ then. He needed to fight Deontay Wilder back then. Deontay Wilder is the one that called out Fury to come back. Because Deontay Wilder was making his reign because of the absence of Fury. A lot of fighters need to take Tyson Fury's situation and they really need to look over it. Fighters like that, like Errol Spence Jr., 3 years out of the ring. 3 years out of the ring. Why were you out of the ring for 3 years? Because of your car accident. What were you doing drinking? What were you doing speeding? That was on you. It's not on me. It's a damn shame that it happened for the fans because we love boxing, but this is where we're at. Look at Tank Davis right now. What's he doing? You're playing around with the prime years of your career. And it always seems like when these fighters get older, they get more mature and they realize what the value of a dollar. The real value of a dollar, not just spending it like when we were younger. What do we say when we get older? Man, I wish I had all that money I had when I was younger. All that money I messed up. I wish I had that money now. I would do it all better again, wouldn't we? These fighters start to learn and appreciate the true meaning and the true value of a dollar late in their career. When they spend all their money on jewelry, cars, houses, friends, women, whatever they're into. Then all of a sudden, they're 35, 38 years old, 39, 40, and they're trying to get these big fights like one-time Keith Thurman. One-time Keith Thurman is the prime example of exactly what I'm talking about. These fighters need to wake up. One-time Keith Thurman, you allowed your career to walk on by. Imagine the years that one-time Keith Thurman when he lost to Manny Pacquiao, had he stood in the ring. How much more legacy could he have added to his name? How much could he have climbed? And how many more big fights could he have made? How much more money would he be worth right now? One-time Keith Thurman thinks because his name is one-time Keith Thurman that he can just flash his name and he should secure the fight, right? It's not happening, isn't it? Errol Spence is turning them down. A lot of the top fighters walked away, like Terrence Crawford, and fighters like one-time Keith Thurman were left there twiddling his thumbs. What does one-time Keith Thurman think? After the Sebastian loss, he's going to take another 2 years off, come back and get $1 million fights? Just like that. One-time Keith Thurman, you have not done what Floyd Mayweather has done in his career. Floyd can do that. Mike Tyson can do that. One-time Keith Thurman, I'm not sure you can do that. I don't think your name rings bells like that. Mike Tyson announced his return with Jake Paul and got $20 million off rip. Keith Thurman, you ain't doing that. You know the difference between you and Mike? When Mike was in it, Mike was doing shit. He became undisputed. He didn't get one belt, get his ass whooped, and cry and walk away in the prime of his career. Mike didn't do no shit like that. Neither did Floyd. Floyd took 2 years off the sport for a medical reason. He kept breaking both his hands. He went and had that massive surgery. and he got his hands fixed and he came back. You understand? So some of these fighters think that in the prime of their career, it's time to party. No, it's not. No, it's not. And to the young men and women that are coming up, I hope somebody, a coach, shows them this show and lets them see the message today. The sport of boxing is changing, is evolving every single day. As you can see, people are getting losses and getting title fights after losses. We can break down countless of fighters that have done that just in the past year. See, boxing is not like it used to be. They recognize just because of a loss, don't throw away your star. The truth of the matter is, boxing has always gave these boxers jobs and opportunities. You know, when the boxer says, I fight this guy, I get out the ring, I don't know the next time I'm ever going to get in the ring. A lot of that shit is bullshit. A lot of it's bullshit. You know why it's bullshit? Because a lot of these other guys, had they kept going in their career, putting their name in the pool, yo, I need a fight, you would have the fighters. If there was a pool system in the regular organizations that alerts like a hotline where any manager, boxing promoter, anybody looking for a fighter or to put a fight together, they should have a system where you can enter your name into the system and any other promoting company can check who's available. This guy's available. He's available. He put a name into the system, made himself available. The promoter comes and goes, oh shit, now I call his promoter. You put your name in the system with your information, with your contact information, who they need to call. And everybody in boxing knows to check that system. Shit, I might have just came up with something. Copy, you know what I'm saying? Copy, whatever that is. Yeah, that's my idea. Okay. I think something like that would work. And it has to be a place because all this, wait a minute, let me call this guy to see if he got a fight schedule, if he's going to be okay. All this guessing shit, all that picking up the phone, have to know the guy's number type shit, all that shit is like fucking 1980. We need to like bring boxing around. And then that would alert everyone. Not just the IBF have a system, the WBO have one, and the rest of the guys have one. One system for all the sanctioning bodies to be notified of the fighters that are available. Something like that. What do you guys think about that? Frontline in the building. My co-host, how you doing, brother?
What's happening? Hey, I thought I would never say something like this, but I gotta say it. I gotta say it.
What?
If y'all think round one tired is bad, you had to see this fight right here. DR down bad, bad.
Why? What happened? What do you mean round one down bad? What say that again?
No, no. DR, Dominican Republic, down
Mm.
bad
Why? What happened?
on this boo boo, bro. That motherfucker quit. He got pushed down, but he was so damn tired he couldn't even get up. The ref called it off.
No.
You think you were tired in your fight? This dude beat you.
He
You-
was he, was- he was past round one
he
tired.
was fast. Yo, I had
That's
to come
now
up
that's
this.
tired. Now that's tired right there. That's got to be tired right there. Round one tired was tired. Okay.
Oh shit, yo! Shout
Will
out to people in
Berlanga
the chat,
hold
yo.
it down for the Puerto Ricans this weekend?
I think so. I think so.
Um. Okay. All
Tough
right.
fight.
Tough fight. I think Berlanga's gonna knock him out.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
so. Yo,
Berlanga's gonna knock him out.
shout out to Dre the General. Shout out to Richard in the building. Shout
Salute,
out to
guys.
what's his name? He a member too. Damn, I forgot. Shows 909. Salute. He said
Salute, brother.
Tyson
Thank you for
Fury.
being a member, brother. Shout out to you. You're the real one. I think that Edgar Berlanga, definitely this guy, he's coming off his last fight a knockout. He's been knocked out, Butler, but the thing is this, guys. No te dejes llevar about this dude or his record. A fighter is a fighter. Let me tell you something right now. I know you guys been in a couple fights maybe in your days, right? I've been in one or two myself, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, you can fight a guy that you watch get his ass kicked by a dude or a kid you beat. Now, the kid you beat his ass. 4 or 5 months later, you get in an argument with the same kid that the kid you beat his ass. You get in an argument with him. You start fighting him, and in the middle of the fight, you're like, wait a minute. This motherfucker's fighting me with some rage and intensity I never saw in the first fight with my friend. And the other guy I beat, my friend that beat you, I beat his ass. You know, it's just goes to show you that a fight is a fight, gentlemen. Just because this Butler dude got knocked out his last fight, a lot of people are like, "Oh, Berlinga," but be careful with him. And we know this.
Now, I just got to
We
correct
know.
you on that, Edwin. Butler's coming
Well,
off of like 3 or 4 win streak.
no. I'm talking about his last knockout when he got knocked out.
Yeah, well, no, all his fights that he lost, he's got knocked out.
He's got knocked all five. Right, exactly. That's what I mean. All five of his losses came by knockout.
Right.
He's got not. His only way was either I'm in the fire and I'm swinging for a home run, or I'm striking out type shit. He's in the fire banging with the dude, or he gets knocked out. He's either knocking somebody out and getting knocked out, or you know. So he
Listen,
went off his.
this fight's gonna be I see it a truly 50-50 fight.
You think so? He's gonna. You
I,
think Butler will be that much? I think it's a
no,
60-40.
okay, I agree. 60-40. You're right.
I'll
You're
take
right.
60. I gave Berlanga 60 on this one.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
because
You're right.
okay, look, Berlanga got stopped by Hamza. He got
Yeah.
a lot of good experience with Saul. Berlanga's been in there under the bright lights. Berlanga knows when his momentum was real high, when he was getting all those knockouts and he started like slacking off. He's experienced this in his career before. He experienced the highs and the lows already. Berlanga understands the seriousness of this fight. And since what I'm finding out about Zuffa doesn't sign anybody past 2 fights. It's either a 1 fight deal or 2 fight deal. They're not giving anybody
I
no
think
long. So I know Berlanga is like at an audition. If he fucking loses this fight for Zuffa, you left boxing with the Zuffa, lost in Zuffa. Where do you go from there? Pro box? What are you doing? So Berlanga, for real, he's got to hold it down. Now, as far as Puerto Rico goes, you guys know how I rock, right? I love my Puerto Rican fighters, but as an American Puerto Rican, I have to represent all of boxing and at the same time try to keep my loyalty to PR, right? I have a loyalty to PR, but I have a boxing channel.
now you leave the
I'm
loyalty to me.
I'll leave the loyalty to Frontline, yeah, because he's not going to break code. And I love people like this because there are fighter fans like this that are fighting fans to an individual, to a country or something. And these people are out there. They not need to be shunned or nothing. They need to be heard. And everybody's voice needs to be heard. Pride is something I will never shoot down, ever. Okay? But equality is what I preach. And if I preach equality for all flags, well, then that's what I have to do. I love my Puerto Rican fighters. And when you hear me sometimes bet against them, don't think, oh, este no Boricua. Okay, he's going with the other guy. No, I am what I am, but I'm also a realist. And I have no loyalty to no flag or race. My only loyalty to is to the sport and to bring the sport up. Once upon a time, let's not forget that boxing was viewed on ESPN in between football, basketball, and golf. Like they would be doing breakdowns on all those sports, and in the commercial they would say, "And Mayweather won tonight by knockout. He knocked this guy out. Back to basketball." They never had a platform for boxing. Remember that. And boxing fans are real because it's so many. It's not like a basketball team where you got a starting five, the bench to choose from. Boxing is a one man sport, and not all Philippine fighters, all Filipinos support all Philippine fighters. Not all Puerto Ricans support all Puerto Rican fighters. Not all Mexicans for support all Mexican fighters. It doesn't go that way. So when you see me talk about Latin boxing, you got to understand. At the same time, I'm doing us a service, not a disservice, a service. They can hear a Latin guy talk freely, no bias, no nothing. The one thing you can't say about me, por lo menos he talks his mind. At least give me that, whether we agree or not. At least tell me round one for real. At least you tell what you feel. And that's all I can do is just be honest. It's up to you, the viewer, the people that tune in. Leave your comments, talk, say what's on your mind. You know what I'm saying? And Frontline's gonna back y'all up, y'all dudes all the time
Hey,
because
Dre, I'm with you on that. I'm the same exact way.
what's he saying?
He's saying I'm rooting for my Latino fighters, PRDR Mexico, even though we don't get along. Now we get along. It's just,
They're our cousins. They're our
when I,
cousins. DR are our cousins. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, whenever there's a rivalry and shit like that, obviously, we gotta
Oh,
talk
we
our
pick
shit.
sides.
But besides, you right. Like I go for my Latinos hands down all day, every
Yeah,
day. That
yeah.
that
And that's why I got Frontline up here. Because I live vicariously through Frontline. And I'm not ashamed to admit it. Man, I
hey,
want to be, I want to be just all Boricua, Latino, you know what I'm saying?
no, that's my job. You
But
leave that to me.
I leave that to him. You know what I'm saying? Um, today I was talking to one of another content creator, and we were talking about that and shit. And they were saying a lot of people don't even think that I'm Puerto Rican, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy that they don't think that. I mean, you could obviously see my flag and my gloves right there. I know they're like small; they're right there. I don't got the huge flag, but um, you know, I get that a lot. When I was younger, I was used to be at bus stops in like New Jersey, New York. One time I was gonna get got for my backpack from some Boricuas. There was like three Puerto Rican dudes, and they was talking about my leather backpack. I had it on my back, and I was coming home from somewhere, and they was talking about how they was gonna take the white boy's backpack. And I noticed, I was like, oh shit, is that me? Am I the white dude? Man, I put the backpack down. I stepped on it. I put it on the floor. I stepped on it and I started talking to them in Spanish. Then they was like, oh shit, tú eres boricua. And I was like, yeah. So they didn't get me for my backpack. In fact, we ended up smoking together. But
That's crazy.
yeah. But I get that a lot. I get that a lot.
Yo,
And
shout
maybe
out to
because
YT Fatigue. He said Julio Cesar Chavez was 65-0 fighting Ramon Aramburu 0-1. Shout out to Stinger from above. Berlanga is a certified bum. That's his
listen,
opinion. Hey,
yes, look. I look.
but I
uh,
guarantee you, Stinger, you won't get in the ring with him. I'll
no,
put money on that.
but Frontline's
I'll
activated.
put
Shout out
money
to
on
Lil
that.
Frontline. Yo, you check it out, right? Hey guys, listen. I don't listen. It took me a long time to come around to Edgar Berlanga because of Frontline and shit, right? I never picked Edgar Berlanga in a lot of fights. I didn't. I didn't like his style. I didn't like, because in the beginning it was exciting, but and then I saw the lamplight bug bite him. Then I learned about Edgar Berlanga. I asked a few questions, and I found out that his father was somebody. Edgar Berlanga's dad was actually a street dude. Like he got a good name. So and then Edgar, like, I don't know, his dad went to jail, whatever, and then he came out. Then Edgar like hooked up with his dad and shit. but he had a lot of distractions and all the jewelry and everything. I didn't start to like that. I didn't think that his discipline matched his mouth. And I didn't like that about the fighter. So even though he was Puerto Rican, he had a hard, and I still do have a hard time accepting Edgar Berlanga as a fighter. Not as a Puerto Rican. As a Puerto Rican, he's Puerto Rican. That don't matter. You know, it's never good when you see your native guy face down, ass up, with the fucking King of New York on the back of your trunks, and your face is down on the floor. That's not a good image. I get it. I get it. And I could get where Puerto Ricans will turn their backs on him and all that shit about Puerto Rico. And I just went along with the lie. Edgar Berlanga is not that liked in Puerto Rico, in fact. He's really not, right? But I just went along with it because I'm supporting Edgar Berlanga. Because, listen, there's one thing about Boricuas that I can admit. This is one thing I can admit. See, if they love you, they'll love you. Just like Saul. If Saul loses, do the Mexicans throw him away? Fuck no. Hell no. Right? And that's what I notice about Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans, bro, listen, let me tell you something. I don't know you know this about Latin people, Mexicans, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, whatever. I don't know how you guys function. One thing I have noticed in my life, I have to be perfectly honest and say this about Latin men. This much I can say. Tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying, if you know about this. The black Americans are not like us, and the white dudes is not like us. When you get in trouble or something, let's say if you go somewhere you're not supposed to be, jail in particular, you walk in there as a Latin man, you don't need to know not one person in that building. All you got to do is speak your native language, Latin. And when they find out you're Latin or they can see it, the Latin men will pull you to the side and they'll give you a bar of soap. They'll give you flip flops. They'll give you a soup. When the brothers walk in, he's on his own. When the white dudes walk in, they're on their own. One thing I could say about Latin people, they care about each other. When they're in tight situations, it doesn't matter what race you are, long as you speak the Latin tongue. Have you ever been a Latin man and been somewhere it's foreign to you? You traveled somewhere, you don't know the language, but as soon as you hear somebody talk your language, you get close to them. Other races, I don't know why they don't do that. I don't see the Asian dudes when they came in or they come somewhere or they're looking for help. They're not like that. I can at least say that about Latin people. And that's the one thing I love about my people. That no matter what, they're real religious and real dangerous at the same time. But for one reason or another, I don't know what it is. You know, it's instinctively. You don't gotta tell us. You don't gotta train us. You don't nothing. We always are looking, and I always thought that that was beautiful among Latin men, and I respect Latin culture. You know, everybody, Cubans, Mexicans, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, you know what I'm saying? It's just that it's in our blood. We're warriors, we're family people, we're religious, and we're generous. My grandmother does not need to know you, and she'll feed everybody in the fucking neighborhood, bro. Doesn't matter who you are, what color. You could be white with red hair and blue eyes. My grandmother would call you up to the house to eat some rice and beans. Say I'm lying. We like that. So I understand Latin men and the way they feel about culture, with the way they feel and they express for their fighters. I get all of that, you know, and I'm with y'all, but I have an obligation to report for all countries. You know, Dalton Smith beat our guy. Shout out to Dalton Smith. That's what I'm on. I believe in championships. I understand championships. This is not personal. I'm not a Latin man trying to make a Latin channel. No, I'm a man trying to develop a boxing channel. You understand? And I'm never going to show favoritism. And some Latin men might not get me. Oh, why did he go against the Puerto Rican dude? Why did he go against the Latin dude? No, I was just giving you my honest assessment. I didn't think he was going to win. Straight up. Having hope or support. No, that's you as a fan. I'm a reporter. I'm reporting and educating what I see. Why would I educate you or report to you my biased side? That's not helping you or giving you or pushing what my beliefs onto you. No, this is round one sports talk where all your beliefs, all your comments, they're heard. And I'm about to leave the link in the chat right now. And you guys, we can come up and we can talk about anything. We could talk about these fights coming up. We could talk about whatever because life is much bigger. Guys, and I just believe in equality, competition, man. I'm a firm believer in that shit, bro. And I don't give two shits, about if this dude is Japanese, Chinese, whatever. I don't care. I really don't. I believe that we're all human and we're all living our lives, and experiences. What fucking does it matter if I have a different nationality or a different flag or I look different? If you cut me, do I bleed? Yes, we're the same. And that's all I believe in. It's
Hey,
all I believe in.
shout out to Carlos in the building. YT Fatigue says round one is the opposite of a yes man. While everybody lying to their friend's face, round one, the one giving sound advice. That's what I took from his analysis of Boots versus Xander before the fight. Shout out to Matt in the building. Says salute round one.
Thank you. People want you to say what they think you want them to hear. I'm not going to say what I think you want to hear. I'm going to say what I feel in the best way possible I can and what I translated or what I took from it. My job is to get your side, the angle I don't see. That's the round one sports talk family. Give me insight, show me things, teach me. I'm here to learn as well. I never came here saying that I know it all, right? But this is my passion. I've been around boxing for over 30 years. Okay. And I've seen a lot of fights. I've been to a lot of fights. Okay. So I do know about the sport. I do know about the sweet science. Every now and then you'll catch round one slipping. I'll say a messed up name, but you'll see that I know what I'm talking about. I'll say something messed up and I have to do my due diligence and talk about it. Those are all just learning curves. I'm never ashamed of that. You're never going to get me to be ashamed of it. I'm learning. I'm getting better. And I will continue to progress. Some people will take what I say, make a meme of it, put it up on there. Look at this guy. He don't know what he's talking about. Okay. It's all right. Make that meme. Do what you got to do. Make one of me, though. And make sure I look good while you're talking shit about me. All right? Because I don't care. I'm going to listen. I will stumble. I may fall. I may get things wrong and I may get them right. This is not a hobby for me. This is my passion. What I truly like to do. Y'all don't, you guys haven't figured me out yet? I'm 50. Oh, I'm 52 now. I was 51 years old. After 30 years of not fighting, I jumped off my couch, got 2 months training, and went to Atlanta by myself to fight. Y'all ain't figured me out. I'm not, I'm not fucking fake. This is what I want to do. Like I get up at 51 to go travel to Atlanta to get into a fight because I'm bored. That's what I do. What are y'all doing? You see, this it's in my blood. You can't turn this shit off. I go to sleep thinking about fighting. I wake up I'm thinking of fighting. Yo, all day I'm just thinking about fucking putting my fist through somebody's face, man. And it's like the only outlet I have is you guys, this channel. And thank you for it, man. Thank you from the bottom of my heart from everybody subscribing, being a member, following, talking shit with us. Yo, thanks, man. You guys give me an outlet, and the sport gives me a reason to talk. You understand? Yo, read these chats, man.
Yeah. YT Fatigue says, Blanqueamiento, who you think you fooling? The love come from direct orders in there. You trying to romanticize it now. I don't know what he means by that. Um, Richard says, Frontline Ed, I heard Subriel Matias is going to retire. I don't know if it's true. I haven't heard anything about retirement. What I heard was he's coming back September, October. That's
Mm-hmm.
the last I heard. I don't know how true that is. But I'll find out. YT Fatigue says Blanqueamiento don't sound like pride and unity. It sounds like Stockholm syndrome. Dre says, round one, how do you feel about Joshua's comeback, especially after such a traumatic accident?
Well, after losing two close friends like that in Africa, those guys were around Joshua for over 10 years apiece. Both those guys. So it was going to take some time for him to come back. Now the plan in the future was, Tyson Fury calling out Anthony Joshua, Turkey Al Sheikh putting the pressure on Anthony Joshua, bringing him to the fight at the Tyson Fury fight, then Tyson Fury calling him out. Both of the fighters were giving a tune-up fight. Tyson Fury just got his tune-up fight. AJ's going to get his tune-up fight, and then we going to probably see Tyson Fury versus AJ down the road, the next fight. I believe that's what the plan was. So far, Tyson Fury looked like shit. We're gonna see AJ tomorrow, right? Let me know how that Boo Boo Andrade fight is going as we're on the live now, because I'm on a live. I don't got and I'm not watching it right now. Um, and um, and then we'll see. We'll see. But I'm gonna tell you right now. I hope AJ looks better than Tyson Fury. That's all I'm gonna say for right now. I really hope AJ looks a lot better than what Tyson Fury looked like this morning or tonight over there, but this morning here. I'm telling you, Tyson Fury looked like shit. He threw two, three punches and he would just like latch himself onto the dude and just start taking deep breaths and shit. Whenever he wanted to take a break in between the rounds, bro, he barely threw any punches in the round. One or two, three here or there, like that. That didn't look good for me. So I expect to see what AJ does, but I think AJ is going to stop Tyson Fury. I think he's going to be the first man to stop
Sh-
him.
Shout out to Mil Pera in the building. He says, there's nothing wrong with going with the flag. You do a good job staying fair all the time. You know your
Thank you.
stuff. YT
Thank you.
Fatigue says, he do be fair. It's a lot of 304 niggas out there like Punch. Matt,
Yeah.
Thousand Jewels, cheers. Dre says that's real. Um, I'm the biased one here, and I don't
Cheers,
hide
Nate.
it. I don't hide it, and I'm always like Xander Boots. I've always said it. I told Edwin, I told yo that's gonna be Xander's toughest fight, but
Yeah, it is.
I'm still going for my guy. Win, lose, or draw.
No,
No
no, no,
excuses,
no,
no
no.
nothing.
Yeah. And with the Xander situation, guys, I can't be any clearer. I've said this hundreds of times. The only reason why I was rocking with Xander was because Xander earned my respect as a fighter. He truly earned my respect. It wasn't just about supporting him as a Puerto Rican. The fact that he was Puerto Rican helped. It made it easier, right? But he earned my respect as a fighter. I think that Xander had proved himself. It was a bit of a jump to fight Jerron Butenes, but we didn't give a fuck because I was clear. In boxing history, and for Puerto Rican fighters, there has never been a Puerto Rican champion that had three belts in the history of boxing. Out of all the remarkable Puerto Rican fighters,
Male side.
and we in all 17 weight divisions, we have had a champion in all 17 weight divisions. We've never been undisputed. Xander was right there. He was that close at 154 at a glamour weight division. Oscar Collazo and Kane, right? They were down at the lower weight, the 108s, the 105s, but the glamour division, 130, 135, 140, 147, 154. That's the glamour division and the heavyweight championship, the heavyweight division. Xander was in a unique situation to win 3 belts at the big boy weight division, 154 for Puerto Rico. Bro, sign me up. I was all for it. It didn't matter if I knew that my guy was the underdog going into the fight. At that point, we had to show our loyalty. I felt I had to show my loyalty. That was it. When we get to a situation like that, brother, I'm going to choose sides. I'm a competitor. I'm a competitor. I'm an American, but I went against the American. Why? Because Puerto Rico's also America too. So and on the low, we still win. But all bullshit aside, nah, when it came to something like that, legacy, I got to rock with my flag. On at
Hey,
that point, I had to choose my side, so I did. But I
hey,
was
Mio,
honest about it.
I'm gonna hold that third round. I'm gonna
Forever,
glorify that third round
forever,
forever. When people,
forever.
yo, when people talk to me about boots, the first thing I say is, "What about that third round?" I know
The
y'all
third and the
motherfuckers
fourth
was
round, Xander was doing his thing, baby. But
y'all
the
was
fifth round got away
shook.
from him. It really got away from him.
Yeah, yeah, but I don't bring those up. I only bring
No,
up the
you don't
third
bring those
round.
up. You
Nah,
you
this
stop
is
the
third
clip
round.
right
That's it.
there.
But what about that third round?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Not,
yo,
not,
so on the old Yellow movie, you don't watch the ending. You only
no.
watch to the middle.
Yo, that third round, I swear to God, I thought,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought we were getting a Trinidad
Mm-hmm.
moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Hey, look,
Trinidad
look.
used to get knocked down
Yeah,
and then come back after and just fucking destroy his opponents.
right. I thought we were gonna get a Trinidad moment
Bro,
so
I
bad,
swear to God, I
so
thought that
bad,
shit.
bro. I thought we were gonna get a Trinidad moment. I just knew we were. Um,
So when
and the
people
thing,
when
what's
people
up?
talk shit to me about that boots fight, yo, what about that third round?
Yo, what about that third round, baby? Yo,
Yeah.
hey, yo, I was there live. I was there live, right? So, yo, I was watching, right? So check it out, right? I'm in New York City, right? I'm at the Barclays Center. So I'm sitting in my chair. My brother's right here and his stepfather's right there. We all in row 17 there, right? We sitting there and I was surrounded by the brothers. So going into the fight, the shit talking was there, but it was low. It was like the brothers was like, yo, Boosie's gonna kick his ass. It was like that low. And we were like, he about to get fucked up. And we were like that, right? But everything was respectful. When Jerron Boots Ennis put Xander down in that first round, bro, the disrespect, everything came out. They let go. I'm telling you, the dude threw his food. The food went up in the air, came down. I was like, oh shit, like that, right? And I'm watching Xander and he's looking up at the ref. And yo, all the brothers is pointing at us. I told you. They're going like this to us. And I'm sitting because I got the cape on. I got the Puerto Rican flag wrapped around my neck. And you saw how I went to the fight. I had the whole flag around my whole body. So I'm standing there like this. I'm like, fuck, Xander's down, right? I'm like, all right, cool. I thought he might have lost the fight, but I didn't think he was going to go down in the first round. So I'm sitting there, I'm vexed. Second round goes by, sitting there, they still giving each other high fives and shit. Yo, when Xander caught that, when Jerron Boots Ennis, and he said, and you saw Jerron Boots Ennis leg go like this and wobble, shit ball. Yo, did the Puerto Rican people stand up? I never seen so many brothers sit back down in their seats. Yo, they all, yo, he sat them all down. He went, hey, yo, like collectively, it was all sitting down. But and then Jerron Boots Ennis, like the G that he is, straight dog that he is, he
Yo,
sat all the Puerto Rican
breaking
fans back
news.
down.
Breaking news. Mossberg's in the building. Salute. He
Who's
said
that?
full he's got to be Australian. He said Fulton missed weight by 6 pounds
Oh my
after
God,
changing the
again.
weight. Y'all disrespectful as fuck to our beautiful country. Damn, Fulton. Yo, 6 pounds? It ain't like well, hold on. Let me clarify. Is it point 6 pounds or 6 whole pounds? Because if it's 6 whole pounds, that's a straight up smack in the face. Pure disrespect.
America's down bad, bro. Bolton, that's the second time, bro. You moved up to a weight division from 126 to 130, and you missed 130 by being overweight
And for that 135.
at a cat. Like, yo, dude, like,
So
and then
what
you
was he
miss
fighting
weight.
Liam with?
It's
What he was
130,
130?
I think, right? Ain't Liam?
So
Um, um.
oh shit, 6 whole pounds. So
Holy
oh,
shit, bro.
he came in at 139. Yo, that's disrespectful. That's just fuck you basically. Yo, he came in at damn near
Is
140.
he still taking the fight? The other guy? Now, let me know if he's taking the fight, bro. Because he should leave fucking Stephen Fulton at the altar, like Edwin De Los Santos left Keyshawn Davis. Don't even fucking give him the fight. Don't let him make more money. He's not gonna be a professional scooter. Well, then treat him like not a professional. That is not professional right there.
Yeah,
6 pounds
that's
overweight. Okay, now I say that, and my boxing mind starts to run. Edwin, wait a minute. Keyshawn Davis was in a fight that his opponent came in 6 pounds overweight, and he still took the fight and knocked him out. Okay,
but
so
don't forget what happened behind closed doors.
it's same thing that's going to have to happen in the scooter fight. If this dude says that he still takes the fight, listen, this is how this works. Contract is a contract anywhere. Doesn't matter what you do in life, a contract is a contract. When we write contracts down, the meaning of a contract is what the wordage. If I agree to fight you at this weight, you as a professional need to make the weight. The second you come in 1 pound over that weight, this contract is non and void. You did not meet the terms. You didn't meet the requirements of the contract. You are not entitled to what the contract is said. Technically, he can just take his money and leave. That's all he needs to do. Stephen Fubo Fulton is about to hand over 30%, 40% of his purse for 6 pounds. You know what 6 pounds is? Check this out. Floyd Mayweather came in 2 pounds overweight. He paid $300,000. They fined him $150,000 per pound. Now I get it. That's off Floyd Mayweather's purse. Floyd Mayweather's purse is a lot higher than Stephen Kubo Fulton's purse. So the money's gonna, but the percentage is the same. It's gonna be the same percent. It's the same thing. Like whatever percentage they taken away from Scooter is gonna be the same percentage they took away from Floyd Mayweather. Or whatever. It depends what city they're in, also, actually. Let me not speak fast. Because New York got different ones, California got yeah, it's a little bit different. It depends what city they're fighting in and what country they're fighting in. Then it also depends on the negotiation. Like I'm not in the room. I don't know what this dude's manager is yelling at fucking Stephen Kubo, Fulton's manager. Fuck that. We want 50% or no fight. He could say whatever he wants. So I would really like to know. But 6 pounds, guys, come on, guys. 1 or 2 pounds, 3 pounds, okay. 6 pounds? Where's the professionalism? Where's that you're serious? Yo, Scooter, what is wrong with you? What what is happening? This is two fights back to back. You're missing weight by but being heavier. What you guys are not cutting weight, right? What's going on over there? This is outrageous. 6 pounds. I gotta go look this up. I'm like, no, that's not professional right there. You're not a professional. You're not acting like one anyway. Absolutely not. Hey, yo, Frontline, read the chat. Check this out. I gotta look up this scooter shit. Hold on. Frontline, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
All right, yeah, read the chat right there. Oh, he's just saying it right there. 6 pounds out of
Yeah.
pocket. Wow.
No, that was
That's
Dre
fucking
said that.
ridiculous.
He came in at
What is wrong with
139.
Scooter? Bro, you know what makes him bad for me? I apologize for a second. He's a Philly fighter. He actually goes to like my sister's gym sometimes and trains in Philly. He's one of the Philly guys. I told you guys, I got my family has a boxing gym in Philly. So I rock with Philly hard. And just Xander was
Look,
fighting Boots. That's it. I
look,
had to go
look.
the other way. But when I'm talking about Philly fighters and shit, look what he's doing, bro. That's not professional.
Y'all done got Edwin to crash out. He be getting mad with shit like this. That should be funny as hell.
Fucking Scooter, bro. He's a motherfucker. God damn it, it's true. Motherfucker, bro. This dude is.
Yo, yo, shout out to David DeGallo. He says, damn, 6 pounds.
Eso me
At
sacó de liga.
I can see. Yo,
That shit
David
pissed me off, bro.
David says, damn, 6 pounds. At that, they looked out for him by moving the weight to from 130 to 133, and he still missed weight of the 133. That's crazy.
It's making our
they
American fighters look bad, bro. What can we say?
they
When the
did
other
it.
guys are being professionals, bro.
They did it
The other fucking
in a shock
countries.
fight too.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it. He did it against our American
Yeah,
Oshaki Foster and shit.
Bull
And
Rider
and
ain't
I
shit.
brother, I was ready to fucking hype up Scooter and shit. I was ready to
Yo,
fucking because I like him.
Bull Rider
He's got
said emotional damage.
emotional damage. Yo, that is. Yo, he did. It fucked me up, man. God damn it. You know, these fighters sometimes, man, that's what I say, man. Sometimes you want to be talking shit before you fight her, right? And then he goes do some shit outside of the ring, right? And you're like, fuck, Tank Davis. The girl in the courtroom said, he looked at me while I was pregnant, and he looked at me and he ran. He looked me right in the eyes. And I'm like, fucking Tank, like, what are you doing, right? So like it's always something when I was growing up. I've talked about this numerous of times. I've always been the kind of kid that I was disappointed with my greatest fighters. And I wonder if it was me looking back at it, that I always picked the fighter that was mostly suited or I can relate to that came from a world of where I came from, like Hector Camacho, like Mike Tyson, like those guys. And every one of them, even Floyd, they all went to jail, fucking drugs, everything. Somewhere in my fighter's career, there's always something that my fighter never. It's always a story of what could have been if this didn't happen to your fighter, or you hear that broadcast, the rise and fall of your greatest fighter, and you see this 60-minute episode like. You were the champion of the world, and now you're fucking bagging groceries at a fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always something, and when fighters like Naoya Inoue, fighters like Xander Zayas, fighters like Vargas, those kind of fighters, those young men, Abdullah Mason, they're setting a new trend. I really believe this. They're staying grounded. They're keeping their head in boxing. That's the message I think we should be sending. All this bling bling, all this late night, it all ends up here. Stephen Kubo Fulton got a couple dollars from Japan, and ever since then, he ain't never been the same. Now has he?
Downhill.
Ever si- ever since he got that Stephen Kubo Fulton chain, when he came back from Japan with that little $3 million, he ain't never been the same. A little bit of money, look what happens. And then you wonder, the fighter wonders why we don't back some of these fighters. Because if you're a fan like me, fighter after fighter after fighter, year after year, disappointment. Watching Hector Camacho, knowing Hector Camacho can whoop these guys' asses, had he trained, he would have beat them. Then you got to go in there and see Hector Camacho fight, and you got to back him up on his bullshit because you know he didn't train.
Edwin, this question's for you.
It's just,
Richard Richard
yep.
wants to know. Richard wants to know. He wrote in Spanish. I'm gonna translate it though. He says, "Frontline,
Dilo.
Porque en Japón siempre a cualquier boxeador que vaya para Japón lo chequean hasta los dientes. What he's saying is, every fighter
Well,
that goes to Japan, they
I already.
check.
Yep.
I'm translating for the people in the
Yeah.
chat
Yes.
that
Yes.
don't.
You are. Yes.
People that like the boxers that it don't matter what boxer goes to Japan, they check even their teeth.
They'll do a cavity search. You know what I'm saying? Put on the glove. You know. Yo, listen. Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. The reality is,
Yo, we're
this
getting
is
an upset on this card, Edwin. You got to tune in. It's on the zone.
is it
Yeah,
Demetrius Andre?
yeah,
Are you sure it's on the zone? Because I'm on the zone right now. I don't see the fight.
yeah. It's on
Is
the
it on the
zone.
zone on HBO? Oh shit! I got it right here. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I
Yo,
do.
that white boy that you see there, he's supposed to be the favorite.
Oh yeah,
He just got on that first round. He got that work. You know I'm a
he
little
did it.
behind, so you probably on the second round already.
I'm in the second round. 2 minutes and 48 seconds. In the second round.
Yeah, no, my shit round one just ended on my end.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Because I paid for mine. You know what I'm saying? I don't get the buffering.
I
Yeah,
pay I
meaning
pay for my
the
shit
back.
too.
I know you paid to get the. Yeah, I mean, yo, yo. Listen, but what I'm saying is, what we talking about there, right there, real quick. Shit.
No, you was talking about the Japan fighters, how they check even their
Okay,
teeth.
okay. This is what's going on out there. Okay, I have a somewhat of a friend. His name is True School Boxing, and it seems like a lot of times I go out to fights, I run into him through school. Right? He's a big Japan guy. He knows a lot about the. He knows way more than I do in the lower weight divisions, and he can like at least pronounce all these guys' names. I can give him that. So he's really into the Japan culture. So he went out to Japan to watch Naoya Inoue fight, and he did get credentials to go behind the scenes to talk to the fighters. When he got there, they told him in Japan, here's a list of questions you can say. Here's a list of questions you cannot say. These are the things you can do, and these are the things you cannot do. You see, Japan, for as much as the Western, us, the Americans, have went to Japan and pushed our way of culture onto Japan, Japan is still fighting against that. Japan is the kind of city, and China and places like that. They're the kind of people that they believe in culture, respect, honor. They Japanese people are really like, you know, they're if you ever looked into a Japanese crowd in a boxing match, you can hear the guy next to you or the guy in the other thing because they're real low. They're not like real like American crowds. Like we're saying, fuck you, people on cell phones, this and that. No, in Japan, they're real respectful. So although an American wants to go out there, see what happens is what they do is they don't know how to deal with us. Americans get out there, we'll start talking loud. Yo, what's up, motherfucker? Yo, when's your next fight? I signed the contract, you know? And the Japan people, they we get loud. They think it's serious. They start going for their swords and shit. Like, and we're like, no, that's the way we are. So they notice um American are cocky, arrogant. So, and a lot of other people have different cultures. So Japan, when you go to their country, when in Rome, do as the Romans. When in Japan, you're gonna have to do as they say. They when I brought up Choose Cruise Sports, this is why I brought him up in the conversation. He was in the hallway. Naoya Inoue was coming out the hallway in the boxing match versus I think Luis Pantera Nari, something like that. It was one of those fights. Yeah, I don't. I'm not sure. Maybe it wasn't Luis Paternari. Maybe it was another fight that True School Sports was in the hallway. I think it was the Nari fight though. So Naoya Inoue was coming down, and he took out his camera and he started filming Naoya Inoue. They asked him not to film Naoya Inoue when he was walking out. They also asked him not to say nothing to him while Naoya Inoue was walking by. He did both those things. Not only did he take out his phone and start filming them, but when he was walking by, he said something to Naoya Inoue. They banned him out of Japan. They packed him up right there. They banned him out of Japan, put him on a plane, and kicked him out of Japan. He's not allowed back to Japan because of that. Remember, Luis Pantera Nari is exiled out of Japan. He got a lifetime ban, not because he tested positive for a banned substance. Because in the first fight, Luis Pantera Nari fought that Japanese dude. He tested positive for that weight thinning. He needed to cut weight. So the PE that he was using was meant to cut weight. It wasn't to add strength or speed. It was deliberately to cut weight. They rescheduled the fight. Luis Pantera Nari came in 5 pounds overweight, not the 6 like you guys are saying for this fight with Stephen Kubo Fulton, but 5 pounds. And for the 5 pounds he came in overweight, Japan took that such as a disrespect that you didn't even try to cut weight. They banned him for life. The only way Luis Pantera Nari was allowed back into Japan, Naoya Inoue and Shingo, his father, petitioned the Japanese government to lift the ban to allow him to fight in Japan again. And as we all know, down in the super bantamweight divisions, Las Vegas is Japan. That's where all the smaller guys, all the Mexican fighters, or the Filipino fighters, they've all been going to Japan because that's where the money's at. So if you're in that weight division, 122, 126, like Luis Pantera Nari, and they fucking dead you from Las Vegas, which is Japan, that's the majority of your money. The one thing that saved Luis Pantera Nari was Naoya Inoue. The fact that the crowd was like, after he beat him, because Luis Pantera Nari knocked him down. He played the great villain, the best villain ever, I think. He knocked the Japan dude down, Naoya Inoue. Naoya Inoue got up, pieced him up, and knocked him out, right? After he knocked him out, the most important thing that took place that entire night, not the fight, that wasn't the most important moment. No, it wasn't. The most important moment in that fight was after the fight when Naoya Inoue showed true sportsmanship, walked over to the Mexican dude and hugged him. He shook his hand. That's when, if you go watch the fight again at the end, that's when the crowd got up and everybody started cheering. All 50 fucking some thousand people got up on their feet and started applauding. The second Naoya Inoue gave Luis Pantera Nari the nod, everybody started cheering for Luis Pantera Nari, the Mexican. When he was walking out, all the Japanese dudes were saying, "Yo, you did good, bro. You knocked down Naoya Inoue. You're the first man to ever knock him down." That Mexican, they threw parades for that knockdown. Just like the third round in the fucking Toronto tennis fight. Right? Right? Because the challenge was so big. But that's why Luis Pantera Nari will be able to fight over there, some of those guys, and maybe compete out there again for another belt. But it was Naoya Inoue that saved his ass. If not, that as soon as the fight was over, he was supposed to go back on the lifetime ban. You know that, right? So, I mean, these fighters, man, they help each other out, but they need each other. You got to understand, Japan and the Philippines, their rivalry, they've been fighting against each other because they're like right there, right? Um, they've been fighting each other for decades. That rivalry is so rich. Puerto Rico versus Mexico, rich Latin rivalry. Puerto Rico versus US, US versus Mexico. And I learned something as I got older. I learned something to respect my competition and my rival. Oh, yeah, Mexico, US, UK. Brazil, Dominican Republic, all you countries. I ain't shit without you guys. You guys make it exciting. If I didn't have anybody to fight, or anybody, if I was just the best fucking boxing country, what fun would that be? Yo, when they announce Mexico, Puerto Rico, Mexico, USA, Mexico, UK, bro, we get excited depending who the fighter is, right? We get excited and we want to see the competition. And I am thankful for all the men that have grown up in a warrior's creed. I understand what it's like to think like that every day. I understand what it's like to,
Yeah, I'm gonna read this to you, Edwin.
you know
You
what I'm
ready?
saying? So, yo, it's just a beautiful thing for me, and I appreciate it. Yo, read the chat, brother.
No, I'm not reading the chat. I'm reading something else.
Oh, go ahead. What happened?
So
What?
the initial catchweight agreement, due to Fulton's early weight cutting struggles, his camp requested a modification. A compromise was struck at 133-pound catchweight, stripping the bout of its official title eliminator status. On Saturday morning, Fulton's weigh-in at 139 pounds, 6 pounds over the modified limit, and nearly a full division heavy. Fulton is
Yo,
out of the co-main event. Event promoter, No Limit Boxing, are currently scrambling at the 11th hour to find a separate late notice opponents or contingency matchups to savage the card for Liam Wilson. So that fight's not even happening
he's out.
unless they come up to an agreement. And I'm
No,
sure,
they're gonna find an opponent for Liam.
yep, Liam was
That's what.
dangerous. We said it. We said it.
God damn it, Fulton, bro. You're making us look bad, Fulton, bro. America's down bad, bro. I'm sorry. We down bad right now. We down bad. We gotta take the bad with the good. It is what it is. It is what it is, bro. Fucking Fulton, bro. What the fuck are you doing, bro? Cabron, bro.
That
That's what I
shit.
mean, bro. Your favorite fighter sometimes, bro, can put you in an embarrassing situation. I would feel embarrassed right now if I was Stephen Kubo Fulton fans, bro. I would be embarrassed. Bro, this is not the first time this back to back fights. Back to back. Literally. Like,
And they
nah,
gave him
there's a
3 extra
problem.
pounds because it was scheduled for 130.
No, yeah, and he
And
did
they,
the same thing. Wait a minute. Esta es la misma historia.
yeah, with
What he
Kubo,
did with,
Oshaki Foster.
Oshaki, ¿verdad? Didn't
Yep.
he adjust the weight the first time and still missed the weight that he adjusted?
Yeah, but what the commission did was they did it for 135. He came in, I think, what, 133 or some shit like that. And they made it for 135 so he can fight for the title. But on this one, they ain't budging.
They shouldn't. They
I
shouldn't.
wouldn't.
They should leave him right there, his unprofessional ass.
Don't pay his ass.
Don't pay his ass and make him pay the fucking fine.
Yep.
That's what he gets. I have no sympathy. No, you wasted my time. I went in and dedicated my life, months of training. I got to pay my coaches, my trainers. I have mentally prepared myself for fight night, and you don't show up, go fuck yourself. I ain't helping you in no way. You get no sympathy out of me. And it fucking sucks that it's Scooter, bro. It really sucks. You know?
It's like you said, ever since he got that bag from Inouye,
He ever since he got the
it's
bag
just
from anyway, he ain't been the same. I don't care. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna come out and say it. I don't care. No. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna have my sister call him in a second. Like we got his number and everything. I just want to ask him, like Fulton, like this
what's on your
could
biscuit.
there could have been a few times I definitely could have talked to Duran Butenis. There's been a couple times I could have had Fulton. I never like bothering my sister or anything like that. And I'm just putting together my shows and shit. And I was just like, always time. There's always time right there. These guys are still there. Eventually, I'll get there. Like, Jerron Boots Ennis got this thing with my nephew, King. They be playing around with their chains and shit. Jerron Boots Ennis will come down. He'll see King. And my nephew is, he has, uh,
Autism.
yeah, it's autism, yes, but it's getting better, bro. So I didn't want to say like,
Because
like
boxing
autism.
boxing is giving him that focus.
Yeah, like that. So my nephew, he's autistic, and Jerron Butzenis for a very long time, I have to admit, has been in contact with my nephew for a long time. They have a great relationship. In fact, he's got two boxing gloves. My nephew and Jerron Boots Ennis came down and told him about something about the boxing glove. So my nephew went back to the jury. He said, "Yo, they be going back and forth, him and Jerron Boots Ennis, my nephew." So like Scooter, man, you're a Philly guy. You know what I'm saying? You're a Philly guy, man. And a lot of these dudes from Philly, I know all facts gotta be fucking pissed right now, right? Right? He ain't making no videos
He
about
ain't make no video about it yet.
no videos. It hurts when it's your guys.
He probably
You know,
tuned
it,
in, but he not
and
he
that's
not
what I'm
writing
talking
nothing.
about. Yeah, they ain't making no videos about that, right? You know?
I'm
So
gonna shoot him. I'm gonna shoot him a text right now.
yeah, it's like, I just want to be my interviews more organic and not being like, oh, blah blah blah. But I will eventually do that. I always want to talk to Jerron and shit, but I be playing it cool, all the time. They're not thirsty, not like yo. I need you to be on my show. Say round one for me. Nah, I'm not like that. Is it you come on, you come on. You don't, you don't. Whatever. It is what it is. I'll keep it pushing. You know. But for Jerron Butenis's situation in Scooters, I never even asked him, not at once. Wow, I've never even talked to him like that. My sister deals with them more than I ever have in my life and shit. And I just leave their relationship their relationship. If I ever need it, if I want it, I know it's there. I can use it. So just in case you guys are thinking about that, that's just the way I am. You know, I'll get there and I'll do it. You know, but it's not a prideful thing for me at all. No, it's not. Um, it's just just right times, right placing. Sometimes I had plans on going out there, it didn't work. And just like that, it's just things in life. That's all. That's all that is. But I eventually will talk to these fighters down there and stuff. And I plan on making a trip back down to Philly, and getting her out to these gyms and shit and meeting up with some of the other guys out there. But it fucking sucks when it's like, you know, you guys is like, like my grandsons live in Philly. Edwin the third lives in Philly. My grandson, like I said, uh, and I like Philly. And it fucking sucks when this shit happens. Yo, Scooter, get your shit together, my man. This is not a good look. I'm sorry, Scooter. You're down bad, bro. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You down bad, baby. And we're gonna see what happens. He's out of the co-main event. What Scooter goes on from here? I had a lot of expectations from him. He did become champion after losing to Naoya Inoue, so that was good. But I expected more. This just sucks. This is bad news. This is just bad news. There's no way to describe it. It's just bad news, and I'm upset. I'm just upset that it had to be Scooter again, again. You know what I mean? But hey, it is what it is. Hector Camacho, what? And his what? Dr. Me that was shown on HBO
All
was
all
amazing
facts.
and sad at the same time. You saw that? I never saw it. I got to go back and watch the documentary for Camacho. I never got to see that. But what are you saying? It's on HBO? I can go look this up, right?
It
I
was
would
a
like to see
show.
that.
He said, "Yeah, it was a show on HBO. It was
Oh
amazing and
yeah.
sad at the same time." All facts just text me. He said to give him a few. He's gonna get his phone up to at least 35%.
Okay, okay.
and he'll hop on.
Yo, listen, somebody from Philly, come
But
explain this.
but but
We
he
got some
did say,
explaining to do.
nah, he did he in the text he
Yeah,
did right. He said, "Our boy trash." That's what he said.
damn,
I don't
bro.
know.
See. Hey, yo, if you're not going to represent the city, they're not going to back you. Some people will, hardcore fans, of course, they'll stay with you. But the other guys, like all facts is about fighting. You know, he rocks with his city all day. He's going to go with his city guy. Yes. But at least you're going to have to represent the city. You're not going to fucking fall flat on your face and expect the fucking Philadelphians to be like, no, we're good. No, that's other guy's fault. Like, nah, all facts is like, nah, you trash, homeboy. Yo,
Yeah. Facts ain't got no filter.
he ain't got no filter. You
Yo,
know what I'm
shout out to
saying?
Jason in the building. Fucking 6 pounds.
That's it. That's just
Yo,
unprofessional.
I had to get clarification. Was it point six or
One
six? They said
pound or was it 1.06?
no, it was 6 whole pound. He came in at
Six. Oh,
139. 139 and the contracted
I
weight
just
was
checked it too.
133. That's fucking disrespectful like a motherfucker.
That's unprofessional.
No, it's not disrespectful. That's unprofessional.
Very unprofessional. Very,
And
very unprofessional.
people were saying the same thing about Xander with Boots, that he was gonna come in heavier to absorb the punches.
Nah, I told you guys that was never gonna happen.
Yo,
That's
Xander's
not a
straight
thing.
professional.
That's not a thing. That's not a thing. I don't know where the casual boxing fan could ever think that coming in overweight is a strategy. You're gonna get a bad name
And
that
especially
you're
for a
not a
champion, you
professional.
lose the title on the
You lose the
scale.
title on the scale.
No, hell no.
Ask Keyshawn Davis if that was a strategy. His very next fight, he came in overweight. He tried 3 times to make the weight until he made the weight. If that was a strategy, he would have never tried to make the weight. But I guess what he would have never got was a main event. You think boxing supporters, boxing sponsors are going to sponsor a fight where the guy, fight after fight, doesn't make weight, the main event? You will never be a main event or co-main event again. We're not going to put that much money around you. And then you got to fork over 30% of your purse to the guy because you miss weight. You think missing weight is free? Yo, that white dude lost the fight.
Well deserved loss. He was the favorite too.
Luis Pedraza just won this fight.
Yeah.
He won it.
Yo,
I'm watching it now. But I'm just saying, missing weight is not a thing. Like they were saying, Keyshawn missed weight against Edwin De La Santo because that was a strategy. It was a strategy to lose your belt on the scale. Who is your PR team that suggested to miss weight, lose your belt, and the guy turn around and not fight you, and you didn't get a payday? Whose strategy was that? Because you need to fire him. The next time Keyshawn hopped on that scale, he missed the weight, but he made sure he corrected it. And then he made the weight. Remember on the same fight card, Brian Norman Jr. was the co-main event, and he also missed weight by like half a pound. Then they both went back and made the weight. So this gimmick, oh no, Ryan Garcia came in 3 pounds overweight versus Devin Haney. No, I'll tell you exactly what happened there. Ryan Garcia tried to make weight. He could never make 140. He never did. He fucking missed the weight. As soon as he missed the weight, the people started texting. Floyd Mayweather told him to come in 3 pounds overweight. When Ryan Garcia saw those texts, he saw his way out. You, the fans, gave him a way out. You guys started saying that was a strategy, and Ryan said, yeah. Yeah, I meant to come in 3 pounds heavier. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Then Keyshawn did the same thing. Yeah, against Edwin De Los Santos. I meant to lose my belt on the scale. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You were being unprofessional. You wasn't training right. You wasn't cutting weight right. You were staying too long in the party, brother. And when you lost your belt in the scale, you were embarrassed. And when your fighting fans gave you a way out, you went and tried to take it. And then all of a sudden, everybody around the world started saying, missing weight and coming in overweight is a tragedy. Do that again. Let's see the next time Stephen Fulton ever headlines a main event. Want to find out? He missed weight twice. He
He's
got
gonna be on
cut
the
out for co-main
undercard.
event, and he was on a main event. You think any boxing promoter is going to sign with Scooter's manager and say, you know what? Let's give him a third opportunity at the main event. At a card where he's on the top or the second. Let's give him another opportunity. He only missed weight. They're going to look at him and say, brother, you are unprofessional and we cannot rely on you. You can go to the prelims. You can go to the middle of the card, but where you're not going to be is the co-main event or the main event. And you won't be getting main event money. He's going to go from being a world champion at one point in time to obscurity, basically. He's going to be fighting where Tyson Fury was fighting this morning. You guys see that arena?
Thailand.
Did you guys see the difference between that arena and the world stages he was fighting in? How far did he fall? Stephen Kubo Fulton, you will not be headlining anytime soon until you prove yourself as a professional. And that, my friends, is not a strategy. They can pretend like, no, I did this. No, 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 brother. No, you didn't, Keyshawn. And no, you didn't, Ryan Garcia. And no, you didn't to any other fighter that missed weight. You fucked up. And the fans try to give you a way out and you try to take it. Missing weight is not something to do. It is unprofessional, uncharacteristic. You wasted my time. Stephen Kubo Fulton, U.S. down bad right now. That's all to it. He's not a professional.
Yo, he ain't
And
gonna get a
Keyshawn
bag no
Davis
more
changed
either.
his name from the businessman to the unprofessional man.
Yo, I don't think he's gonna get a bag again. All his fights are gonna be for low dollar
Low
amounts.
money. He just Scooter just hurt. God damn it, I'm sitting on his fucking wallet. Take this shit out of my back pocket. Man, that shit was fucking hurting. Um, Stephen Kubo Fulton fucked his whole fucking cash flow up, bro.
You sure it wasn't
I
your
don't.
toy?
Shut up. Nah, fucking wallets, bro. They be thick as shit, and I got these shorts on in my back pocket and shit. I was like, what the fuck is this I'm sitting on? The fuck? Fucking wallet. But anyway, Scooter's like fucking himself up. He's fucking his brand up. He's not making representing the city of Philly good. The people of Philly were expecting to see him in a fight. There's a lot of Stephen Kubo Fulton supporters out there that were expecting him to see him a fight to get this news and to hear what, dude, they sold tickets behind your name. You mean people traveled, bought planes, hotel rooms, rented out cars just to get up to the fight and find out you're not fighting? You think people are going to come out to support you again? Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Scooter, you fucked up, bro. You fucked up bad. Bad. Is there any chats you want to read there?
Nah, chat's quiet today. I don't know why.
No, we cooking probably. That's why they just enjoying the show. Sometimes it be like that, you know what I'm saying? But nah, man, this is a bad move right here. But we still got more boxing coming up. We got this Tszyu Rolly card coming up too as well. I don't have to ask you who you got in the Tszyu Rolly fight. I
Nah,
mean,
you already know.
You already
Obvious.
anybody against Tio, you got the other guy. All right, front line.
That's it.
Look,
And I want to be clear on this.
yep,
Prior to that statement that he made,
yep.
I was a Teal fan
Mm-hmm.
because the dude, he's got boxing abilities, he's got skills. Now, when would I go back to Teal side? I'm gonna tell you when I'll go back. When he fights a Puerto Rican
When
with
he
a
fights a
deep
Puerto Rican.
with a name, somebody like Subriel Matias, Ojo Santiago, even though Ojo Santiago's Dominican, but he reps Puerto Rico too because he lives on the island. Um, when he fights somebody like that, then and only then would I give him his respect back.
Oh yeah, let me ask you a question. Pero okay, okay. You say if he fights a Puerto Rican, this and that, right?
Yeah,
Um, and Teal, right? Okay, Teal moves up to 147. Subriel Matias smacked the shit out of him in New York. If Subriel Matias was to go up one more weight division, go up to 147, and it was try to fight Teofimo Lopez, even though I don't want him to go up to 147. If it was Tio, I would want that fight. Would you?
of course, dude.
Mm,
That fight
mm.
right there, that's a
Because
no brainer.
Subriel's a 140 pounder, and Teal's a 147 pounder right now. Well, Teal just left the division too. This will
Yeah,
be his first fight, technical fight at 147. But if Teal, he could put on the weight to go fight Rolly, um, let's say in a good world, Teal wins against Rolly.
yeah,
Subriel, you don't got nothing else. Subriel, you bring up the fact, oye, tío, yo te metí en la cara, yo te metí una bofetada.
yeah. You want to
¿Quieres
get
hacer
back?
algo? You want that get back? I got it right now. And then Subriel moves up just to fight Tio at 147.
I don't
In
think Teal
that
will take the fight.
scenario, I'll take that fight, bro, Papi. I'll
I
take
don't
that
think
fight, man.
I don't think Teal will take that fight though.
I'm just saying, what if Tio, let's just say in a good world, since we're speculating here,
Yeah,
Tio calls out Subriel Matias, says, come up.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Win.
saying?
Hold
And
on. Win, lose or draw for Teal, I'll give him his respect back.
if he called out Subriel, not Subriel, call him out.
If he calls out Subriel and then Subriel accepts and they fight, win, lose or draw, I'll give Teal his respect back. One hundred
Okay.
percent. 100
Okay.
percent. I would no longer bash Teal after that. But since Puerto Ricans, mind you, this is coming from a dude who's never fought a Puerto Rican in his professional career,
Peel.
Teal. And
Okay.
for him to say that Puerto Ricans, he said, line them up. Puerto Ricans are easy to beat.
He said we're easy.
For a person who's never fought a Puerto Rican in his boxing career to say that, nah, you got to show me now.
Hold up, hold up, hold up. He might have never boxed a Puerto Rican, but he got smacked by one.
He got smacked by one. He got body slammed by another.
He got smacked by a
And
Puerto
and
Rican
he
dude.
got knocked out
Subriel
by one
smacked the shit
too.
out of him.
Yeah,
And
and Boca
and that's
Chica, Jameson Boca Chica from I think he's from Michigan, I think, or
yep.
Wisconsin, one of those states up there. Um, he sparred him. He beat the shit out of Teal, and then Teal got mad after the sparring, and Boca Chica slammed his ass. So
Really?
yeah,
Where'd you hear that at?
that's all over. That's all over the boxing world.
Oh yeah?
Look it up, Boca
Oh yeah.
Chica.
Oh yeah. I forgot to tell you guys. The reason why I got the fish up here, this is for Errol Spence Jr., the big fish.
You're supposed to have a shark up there, not a fish.
Yeah, well, he's not much of a shark now. You know what I'm saying? He's not. He's the little fish right now.
But let me
He
tell you
doesn't got
something,
the. He doesn't got the
Ronnie.
three belts. He don't
Ronnie
got three
Shields.
belts.
Ronnie Shields got him looking sharp.
No, bro. He's got to go from the little fish to the big fish again. But I can't give him the shark yet. That
Listen,
that's
yesterday,
that's Errol
yesterday,
Spence Jr. with three belts in the shark. You're not there yet, puppy. So we got the little fish. You know what I'm saying? That's Arrow right there. He even got the Arrow eyes, don't you think? Arrow's eyes are like that, right?
yeah, right now
Right?
he looking like that right now. But
Right?
listen, yesterday, I mean, what do you think about this analogy, right?
What's up? Talk to me.
For the boxing world, it'll be better for boxing if Zoo wins versus Spence. The reason
No, it
why I
wouldn't.
say
No,
that,
it wouldn't.
no, wait, hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me land
Okay,
my
I didn't know you
plane.
were going on. Go ahead.
The reason why you and I, you already know, I got Spence in this fight. But for the
Mhm.
boxing world, it'll be better for Zoo to win because he's got a longer career ahead of him versus Spence having what, maybe 2 or 3 more fights after this one, tops.
I'm not buying that analogy, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why I'm not falling for that fucking scenario. I don't know who brought that shit up, but I'm not going with that because of the fact that Tim Tszyu is no more marketable than Errol Spence Jr. Tim Tszyu is marketable in Australia, and quiet is kept. If I'm speaking freely, honest, he's not the best Australian fighter right now. He's not the most popular fighter. Um, you know, so I don't think he even passed the status of his father. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Fun Truck in the building. Let me get Fun Truck up here. He just joined the panel. Hold up. Let's get him up here. What's up, Fun Truck? How you doing, brother?
What's going on round one?
We were
Front
just
line,
talking.
what's
We were
good?
just talking about
On truck,
the
what
Tim
up?
Tszyu, the Tim Tszyu, and whether it would be now beneficial for Tim Tszyu to win the fight or Errol Spence Jr. I think for an American public, I'm an American and I know more on my side of the world. I think it would be more beneficial for Errol Spence Jr. to win this fight, if you ask me. The next fight for him, Dallas Stadium might open up. You know how Dallas manager Jerry is with Errol Spence Jr. You know, they love them some Errol Spence Jr. in Dallas. Errol Spence Jr., all he has to do is show himself that he's back. And I think boxing would be better. Why? Because you have bigger matchups for Errol than you do for Tim Tszyu. You know what I'm saying? I think that I don't know why they think or who thought that boxing would be better with Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu's up there in age too, and he's been damaged. Tim Tszyu's been knocked out. Um, he's been stopped twice. He got a brutal head clash with Sebastian Fundora. That in the second fight, Sebastian Fundora hit him with a shot, and Tim Tszyu was checking his forehead to see if he was bleeding. That's signs of a damaged fighter. So I don't think, as far as America go, if you ask me, this is just an opinion. I think Errol Spence would be better off winning the fight. I don't know. So Front Truck, how you doing, brother? What's going on?
Big Sean, I want Spence to win too. I think he's gonna win. The only thing that I'm like afraid of is the lack of time he's in Australia. Because if you remember, when Tony Harrison went to fight Tim Tszyu and he got beat up, I think that
Yep.
was him being bested. But also, I think he wasn't comfortable with the time change and all. But that's just my opinion.
Yep.
Devin Haney went to Australia twice with Cambosos, and he adjusted well. That
Yeah, but he
example.
went out there early. Remember how look how long, it took for Tony to get there. He got there like what was it, the week of?
Yeah.
They didn't get adjusted with the time frame.
But I'm
They say
really
that
I, like
yep.
what I'm hearing out of Spence, everything that's coming out of his mouth, and I think Tim Zoo's a good opponent, and I like how he said he didn't need a tune up. He just wanted to go straight in. Like today you had Joshua, or excuse me, Fury fighting a tune up, and tomorrow you have Anthony Joshua fighting a tune up. It's like these fighters can get hurt, and then like they can get cut, they can get injured, and take 4 months out of their career. And so I don't, whatever. Spence hasn't fought in 3 years, but I think he'll do a good job, if not better performance than a lot of people are expecting. That's my opinion, and it's kind of what I'm hoping for.
Right. I mean, Tim Tszyu, he could sell that to all casuals that he didn't need a tune up to fight Errol Spence Jr. Uh, and like that. But in reality, his last fight was uh um 4/5 2026, right? And from there he fought. uh, um, um, 12/17. So he fought December 17th, then he fought the 4th, 5th. Now he'll be fighting on the 7th. He's only had 4 months, almost 5 months out in between fights. You understand? Errol Spence Jr. got 3 years of inactivity. I have no idea the version of Errol Spence Jr. we're going to get. I loved Errol Spence Jr. versus Kell Brook. Moments like that, what Errol, the way he fought, the intensity. Good fighter, strong guy. They call him the eye doctor because he breaks a lot of orbital bones. Um, I'm just not sure if that guy's still here. I gotta give credit where credit's due. I can't look past Tim Tszyu's activity. I can't look past Tim Tszyu as a fighter. Tim Tszyu has been more than active, even in his losses. Now, remember, Tim Tszyu's coming off 2 back-to-back wins. Not the greatest of opponents. Okay, I get it. He went the distance, unanimous decision with both guys. I get it. But at least he's active. That's what I fear. Some guys are reporting, and I want to ask you, Fun Truck, right now that I got you here. Some people are saying that if the fight goes past 5, 6 rounds, that it's Errol Spence Jr.'s world after that. I actually see it different. I think Errol needs to get to Tim Tszyu early. I don't want the fight to go the distance or longer. How do you feel about that, and how do you view it?
I don't know. I haven't seen Spence, and last time I seen him, he got beat the fuck up, but he didn't look in his normal self. So
Yeah.
we're just hoping for a good
Mm.
scrap. At the end of the day, I want Spence to prove everybody wrong. But
Okay.
but
Go ahead. Finish your
and
thought.
I think it goes a decision. I don't think he puts his foot on the gas
No, I think it goes
because
to decision. Yes.
if it's a knockout, I can see it on Spence's side though. I can see
Really?
him rallying
Okay.
some shit. Yeah.
I got
Here's
Spence knocking out Tim Tszyu by PTSD.
Yo, check this out. How about this? How about this? You guys do know that Errol Spence Jr. suffered a rib injury and he hasn't been able to spar coming into the Tim Tszyu fight. What do you feel about 3 years
Oh, I didn't know
inactivity
about that.
without sparring too? Remember, like he was sparring and he was putting out those videos. Those were the sparring matches month before's the Tim Tszyu fight. He knew there was in works. He started sparring, started getting in shape. He suffered the injury. When he suffered the injury, they signed the contract. He knew he had the injury. Then he comes out and says, I haven't sparred at all because I don't want my rib to get re injured going into the fight. So you mean to tell me you got 3 years inactivity and
He might
very
be
little sparring
he might be
with
blowing smoke.
I don't know, man. Listen, I'm just going by what I'm told. That's all I'm going by. I saw it on the Boxing Voice. They were discussing it. Oh, Errol Spence Jr. is not sparring. What do you guys think about it? I remember sitting there that day thinking about that. And I was saying, wow, man. And then they were saying that Errol Spence Jr. leading into the Terrence Crawford fight, he was all fucked up. But he had postponed the fight so long that he no longer wanted to postpone it anymore. So he went into the Terrence Crawford fight all hurt, fucked up. Errol Spence Jr. for what I'm being told. So whether that's true or not means that Errol Spence Jr. is not going to back down from Tim Tszyu. His arm could be falling off. He's going to say, no, my arm's okay. And he's going to rub it like this and he's going to get in the ring. And a lot of people on the outside are looking and we're saying, damn, Errol, are you just taking a payday here? Are you going in there and trying to fight Tim Tszyu? No matter what, you're not gonna, pull the fight or stretch it out longer. Then all of a sudden, the weight change happens in the Errol Spence Jr. fight with Tim Tszyu, and the weight ends up being a thing. Those are
Tszyu
a lot of
didn't look
people.
good in his last fight. Can you name his opponent? He didn't look good.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. And then that's the other flip side to the coin. How much better did Tim Tszyu look in his last fight? Exactly what I was gonna say. Um, there's a flip side to the coin. You know, um, Sometimes when you fight beneath your level of competition, it actually hurts you as a fighter. You think you're doing your fighter a service of getting your fighter's confidence back up. Sometimes that can hurt your fighter. It gives you the impression that you're that much better. Then you go out there and Moritai Bakram there fucking knocks you the fuck out from a shot that in the same fight, you get knocked out by the same hand. You didn't know what hit you. You didn't know where it came from. You didn't make no adjustments. You ran into the same punch, and it was like, so when you look at Tim Tszyu in that sense, sometimes it gives you a little bit more incentive than you think about Tim Tszyu when he was shining. When he beat Tony Harrison, man, that wasn't easy. That was the American slick style right there. Tim Tszyu came in and shut that shit down. Okay. Now, Errol Spence Jr. does not, and I repeat, does not have the American slick style. But what he does have is a version of his fighting style. It's kind of like Mexican American a little, and I would say like them Ecuadorian dudes. You know what I'm saying? They're real flat-footed fighters. Come forward, aggression, and hard punching. A lot of hard punching. They don't believe in the jab type fighters like that. You got like the Russian fighters, they fight off the balls of their feet, pendulum steps. They hop, they in and out. The Japanese fighter is a more of a speed fighter. The American one is more, he looks, tries to be flashy, the American style. A lot of good waist movement, a lot of in and out. They use a pull counter system. American fighters, So, like, when you see Spence, he never really pulled off the American slick style like the Sugar Rays, the Floyds. No, but you knew what he was going to do. You just couldn't stop it. You just couldn't stop it. He was like Sean Porter ish, those kind of guys, like the Tim Bradleys, them kind of type of American fighters. They were like, the forward aggression guys. They weren't the Sugar Rays, the float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, American style. No, you know. Um, and I'm curious to see what version of Errol Spence we're gonna get. I'm excited too. I'm prepared to see a fight. I'm taking my heart out of it. Where to the point where that, I'm not gonna bet no money or anything. No, actually, let me take that statement back. I'm actually putting my heart back into it because I'm picking Errol because of my heart, actually, now that I think about it. Because if I was to be putting money on the fight, I'm sorry, my money would go on Tim Tszyu. Boxing has taught me, Edwin, bet on the guy that's more active, right? Okay. In this situation, we got a guy that had a lot of inactivity, but he had a lot of experience. He was a somebody. He was a somebody. It's not like you're coming back from inactivity and you were never somebody. You know what I'm saying? Errol was a somebody. He knows what it takes to get there. And does he have enough in the tank to beat Tim Tszyu? Ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you guys to tune in. Join us here at Round One Sports Talk. We're gonna have a fight party that night. We're gonna have an amazing time. We're gonna put the Notre Dame world title on the line. I want to see if you guys can pick these fights better than me, or at least better than Frontline. You guys know how it goes. If Frontline picks a guy, just go the other way. Just go the other way. You're gonna win money.
You
You
know
know
I'm the
what I mean?
Nostradamus champ, right?
Who is?
Me.
How are you the Notre Dame champ? Front truck, do you hear these lies? What do you mean? How did you become the Notre Dame? When did you win the belt?
What was that fight? The one that I called it out the exact
That was
round
four
too. It
years
was
ago. That was
no, no,
four
no,
years
no.
ago. The first time you called the fight, yeah, that was
No,
4 years. You're still stuck in
it
that?
was it was
Yo.
on that ring card with Usyk and Rico.
Oh, stop it. We didn't even battle with that one. Listen, look,
Oh,
this is
now
the
we did.
belt.
Okay, now we didn't talk about that one, huh?
Listen,
I
I
think it
don't
was
know
the
what you're
matter of
talking
fact. It was
about.
the Jack Catterall. Jack Catterall with that Arabic dude.
Oh, the day we didn't live stream? Okay, so you're taking that? Okay,
Yeah,
anyway, listen.
tramposo.
Yo, this is World Champion Kingdoms Boxing Championship belt in Philadelphia. This is my sister's gym. If you go there as amateurs, this is the belt that you actually win on her in her tournaments. So I use this as the Notre Dame's World Championship belt. No, if you win, we don't mail you the belt. We just honor you. We keep it in here and we stamp you as a certified boxing enthusiast, and you know what you're talking about, and we'll put your name up and know that you can call these fights. So we do this to have a good time here at Round One Sports Talk. It's a kind of like interaction with us, the fans, the boxers, and we having a great time. So, check us out here at Round One. We all get in here, we all make our predictions, and it's tough. It's tough. This is a real like I bet if you can guess this shit, you can fucking guess a Las Vegas odd because we don't accept round 4, 5, and 6. No, it's either round 5, 4, or 6. You got to pick the exact round and the exact fighter. You understand? In
Unless
order
you're
to
going for the
win.
intro.
So yeah, the interim will give you 4 5, like 2 different rounds. That'll be the interim belt. We came up with that concept. And Frontline always wins the interim because he's an interim champion around here. But I am the only person that was able to win the belt and defend the belt. So at least I can say that. Like at least I can say that. I might have lost the belt. I think Rich might be the champion now. I'm not sure. I forgot who it was the last time we did it. But I want to bring it back. I want to bring that because I always like the interacting with everybody and us talking boxing, and I think it gives more to it. So join us when we watch some of these fights right here. We'll be watching the Rolly Tszyu fight and the Errol Spence and the Tim Tszyu fight. Tomorrow we're gonna be watching the Anthony Joshua fight. I don't know if you guys want to mess around with that fight or whatever. Let me know in the chats. Um, I'll do whatever, whatever you guys want to watch. But for the most part, yeah, this is how we do it, and these are the specifications. And here, let me put this up right here for you guys. For those that are newly tuning in, what we're talking about, and we're talking about this right here. Bam! Notre Dame's belt, world, championship belt. And when you win, we'll put your name up, and it kind of, lets the boxing world, your stuff. You're picking the fight, you're picking even the round. This is hard to do. Trust me, this is not easy. It is not easy to pick the round. But yeah, we just have a great time. So, Frontline, what else? What else we got here?
You might as well just give me that belt,
You
round
might as
one.
well just give you the
You
belt.
might as well just give me the belt because I'm pretty good. I'm gonna go with frontline opposite of frontline. I heard that's pretty good too.
That's all you got to do. As a matter of
And I'm in
fact,
the green.
yep, you're in the green already right there. One guy actually, one time we were laughing about that. We said, yo, just go against Frontline, pick the other guy, and pick the round. Boy, we were right. Then the other guy win in the exact round that Frontline picked for his guy. Yo, I was
I'm
crying.
Nostradamus. I'm Nostradamus.
Bro,
I'm
I
telling
was
you.
crying. Yeah, you
Nostra
won, but
opposite.
it was just the other way. That's all. The other guy won. That's all. You called the exact round for the
No,
other
you
guy.
guys wrote it down wrong. That's what it was. Y'all
Oh, we
did that
wrote
shit on
it down
purpose.
wrong.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what had happened. That's what had happened was.
Mm. Yo, so hey, listen. Fun Truck says, "Yo, just might as well give him the belt." I'm not so eager to just give up the round one belt. I think he's gonna have to outclass me too, because I'm in
Okay,
there for
listen,
sure.
listen. I got Rolly and Ryan Garcia knocking out their opponents under 9 rounds each. Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry. Ryan Garcia
we're gonna
should
have to
knock
pick.
out Rolly, and then Tio's gonna Sorry, Teal's gonna knock out Rolly. Ryan's gonna knock out Connor Ben. Under 9.
You think Teal's gonna knock out Rolly? Really? Why do you think that?
Because there's 2 fights where Rolly got knocked out, both the Tank and Pitbull. Smaller, fast. And I think that Teal
Okay.
is going to line. Rolly's teed up exactly the style that Teal likes. An aggressive, come forward fight. Teal hasn't had an opponent like that. I mean, Barbosa was that to an extent, but Barbosa is a little more technical than Rolly. And he carries that high guard a little bit more. Rolly
Hmm.
carelessly throws wide punches. I think that Teal's going to walk him right into a knockout under 9. Be a one punch
Mm.
knockout. I mean, I know he doesn't have a lot of knockouts on it recently, but I feel that Rolly's susceptible. I mean, when you think about it, Rolly hasn't won a fight decisively other than Ryan Garcia. You're impressed by truly. When's the last time you were impressed by? I think that he just he's Tank walked him right into that. Pitbull did the same thing, and I think Tio, being a small fighter, he's a prodigy. Tio's a very elite top. You can go toe to toe with Lomachenko. You're top tier. I think Connor Ben's also. Both Connor Ben and Rolly started boxing at 14 years old. There's a gap that they're missing. Never be able to
Mm.
make up. And at the
Right.
lighter weight classes, Ben's gonna knock out Connor Ben. Be If Ryan's on his shit, he might even step towards Connor and get him out of early. Connor Ben is
Mm.
not good, bro. Connor Ben
I
went the
think
distance with Regis. When Regis had
right.
won, it looked like he was hopping on a pogo stick. That's my prediction. How about that?
Yo, that's such a I don't think a
All
lot of
facts,
people.
all facts in the building.
Yep. LeBron to the what?
To the
Sixers?
Sixers, yeah. You know he a little bitch. Every time his team loses, he want to
Yo,
go
is
to try
that
to go to a
true? They
winning
asked
team.
the president of the United States the question versus LeBron James. Was that AI or they really asked Donald Trump that question? Can anybody
What,
confirm that for me?
what was the
My
question?
my wife walked in the room and she said to me, "Did you hear that when Donald Trump was talking? I don't know whether today or whatever, but she showed me the video today. That's all I know. That while Donald Trump was talking, they asked that LeBron James was being traded, but the debate is who's better, Michael Jordan or LeBron?" And Donald Trump said, "Michael Jordan's my friend." And he started talking about it. Is that serious or was that AI? Like, there are people that are going hungry in American streets. There are people that can't even pay their bill. Gas is at an all time high. And you're going to ask fucking president of the United States who's better versus Jordan versus LeBron? Like, that was a real question to ask the president of the United States in a time of crisis. That's what the American people wanted to bother the president. Not many people on this planet, as reporters or humans, get to ask that man any question. You waited all day to ask a tough question, and the words that came out of your mouth were, "Is LeBron James better than Michael Jordan?" There's heroin epidemic going on in this country, of this beautiful state in the U.S. Hundreds of people are dying in the streets. And you want to know about who's better versus LeBron? And are you fucking kidding me? Out of all the questions you could have asked that man, I mean, this world is broken. This, see, that's why I don't watch politics. That's why I don't talk politics or religion on my channel because of that. That shit will boil my blood. I would have smacked the shit out of that reporter.
I know you don't
Brother,
watch politics, but the all-time high gas was when Biden was in. That was the all-time high. But
bro,
it's getting there. It's getting there. But it's the all-time high was Biden.
it's really Trump's said LeBron a what racist?
Yeah.
What's going on? LeBron to the so
So
he
he's going to
really
the
that wasn't
76ers.
AI?
That's real.
That was a real question. There are babies dying in the streets in America. They're fucking bro. Not a lot of people get to ask the president of the United States of America questions, let alone get a good answer from the fucking guy. And you're gonna waste our time? Ask real questions, real change. We need help. And you're gonna fuck yo, bro. That's
Edwin,
yo.
I know you don't follow politics, but
I
look at
don't
all the
follow
cities.
politics, bro,
But
because I be
listen,
wanting to smack the
I
shit
know,
out
but
these dudes.
listen. Look at all the cities and all the states that are having these issues. It's all Democratic ran states. You can't blame the president. It all goes down
Yeah,
to
yeah,
local
yeah. I'm not gonna go
jurisdictions.
that far. I'm not going that
Exactly.
far because, and then we're gonna get into a political conversation. I just wanted, I had to know. Right off this live, maybe I might have forgot about it because I don't fuck with the politics. I'll let that go. But my wife was the one, and she goes, "Look at this, Edwin." And I was like, I told her, man, that's got to be AI. And ain't no fucking reporter gonna ask the president of the United States who's better, Michael Jordan, LeBron James. What kind of question is that? If you worked for my news company and I was like Fox and you were a reporter that worked for us and we sent you out there and you said that, don't bother coming back to the building, the office, because you're already fired. You're fired. What am I'm gonna publish that? I need my journalist, my reporter to ask the tough questions. No, man, I don't get. Well, the world is broken. It's
Yo,
really
all
broken.
facts. Hop on, all facts. I sent you the link. Hop on.
It's
We got
really
to talk about
broken,
this voting
man.
situation.
It's really broken. No, you see, he says facts. All Democrats. Yo, don't start that fucking politics shit.
Hey,
We
oh,
ain't going down that road here. We ain't going. I ain't no politician. I'm not qualified for that. I'm passionate. I might get angry at some things, and I have a slight opinion on it. That's where I go. That's as far as I go. Back to boxing. You know what
yo,
I'm
all
saying,
facts.
guys?
Hop on. We need to talk about this
All
Fulton
facts. As a
missing
matter of
weight.
fact, explain your boy. You got some explaining to do from Philly. What's with your boy Scooter? Let's go. Let's dial it back to there. Fuck the president, what they said. If Philly's down bad right now, all facts. The links in the chat, I'm dropping it. Once
No,
again,
he got it.
oh, he got the keys. He got the keys. He can always come in. If he saved the
Melatonin. Que es la que hay.
absolutely, man, all facts. We got to talk because Philly's down
So,
bad right
so,
now.
Soy Manuel says all the welfare states are red, but yeah, we're past the politics. Damn, these dudes is banging right now.
Yeah, I see that. I see that. I see that. I'm watching the fight on the side. Yo, what was that Mexican dude today? What is he? I don't know if he was Mexican, but he was a stocky dude. He looked like his dad grabbed the mic, started pointing into the crowd.
What fights are on? What are you guys watching?
It's on the
I'm
zone.
on the
The Andre,
zone.
the boo boo Andre fight. He's fighting tonight.
Shit.
It's on the zone.
It's on the zone. The package when you
Let
buy
me
all
let me crank the fire.
the
Get the
fire
fire.
stick up. Crank it up, crank it up, crank it up. Give it a good crank. Give it a good. Come on, fire
Holy
stick.
fuck! You know what's so funny? Like I've been seeing showbiz like it's only $540 for the year.
Yeah, right. Like we all got that. Are you fucking crazy? All facts is in the building. Man. Yo, all facts, what it do, baby? What it do? You here live? What's up, all facts? Talk to us, baby. All
Chilling,
facts.
chilling. Good.
Philly down bad right now. I gotta hear your take. What you think about this Stephen Kubo Fulton fucking situation? All facts. Break it down for us.
What I think about Fulton, I'm gonna be real. I ain't a big fan of Fulton. Never was. Uh, he always do this, man. He always does this. We seen it with the last fight with Oshaki. From 130 all the way to 135. Now with this situation, it's crazy, man. He definitely got the city looking
Did he
bad
miss
right
weight?
now.
Yeah, by 6 pounds.
Wow.
Front
He's
truck,
fighting at
he missed.
130, right?
He was
He yeah,
fighting
he
at
came in
130. Then they contracted. They renegotiated to 133, and he still came in at 139, 6 pounds over the contracted
139.
weight.
You heard that, front truck?
Crazy, bro. Dumbass. You know that reminds me of. You
So
remember when
so
Keyshawn missed weight against De Los Santos?
yeah. But it
Sure.
also reminds me when Lemos fought against Keyshawn Davis and came in 6 pounds overweight.
So yeah, Levels came over 6 pounds. De Los
Yes,
Santos.
he came in, and
I'll
Keyshawn
never get
still
the
took the
image.
fight. He still
Never
took
get
the
the
fight
image.
though.
And he
Yeah,
knocked him out pretty good. But I'll never forget when
yeah,
Bomac was looking over the shoulder of Keyshawn. He couldn't believe that he missed weight. He was,
yes,
and that's when I knew that was the end of that
yeah.
because Bomac had no idea that he was over that much.
Well,
Bomac,
actually, let me share something with you guys. I was in Las Vegas at the top ranked training facility. Bomac was there. Keyshawn wasn't. Keyshawn was supposed to come in for that fight and start training with Bomac. Bomac already said Keyshawn was almost a week behind. I was there in Las Vegas at the time talking to them. So we knew Bomac and Keyshawn started training camp late for the Edwin De Los Santos fight. So, but I kept that on the hush. I didn't want to, destroy or, say anything bad about Keyshawn. And then they say that I say things or I don't do things for American fighters or whatever. I always get criticism every way. But I just gave Keyshawn the benefit of the doubt. But I am sharing with you guys that I did know, in fact, Keyshawn started training camp late. He did. And it showed. It showed. And then when Bomac saw how much he missed weight by, like, I think Bomac actually, you know, they didn't see eye to eye anymore, and Bomac didn't see the level of dedication in Keyshawn. I think that's when they parted ways. Then when it came into the Jermaine Ortiz fight, I was kind of nervous because his Call of Duty buddy, Shakur Stevenson, was basically training him. He was using, I think, Shakur's grandfather to train for what?
Mhm.
The Jermaine Ortiz fight? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I was a little concerned with that. But all facts, man. Talk to me.
Yo, can y'all hear?
Yeah, I got you. You just got muted right now, but I heard you when you said, yo, y'all hear me? You might be getting a call or something, dealing with something at home or something. But yeah, definitely, man. I want to hear what the word in the Philly streets is, man, with Scooter. Hey, yo, Frontline. Hey,
What
yo,
up?
is it me? Is it me? Yo, listen, I gotta call all facts out on this right here, right? We gotta push some buttons here, right? Hey, yo,
Always.
all facts. Oh, here he comes. He back in here. I lost him on one. He back on the other one. So yeah, let's bring him up here. And I guess let's take this one off. I guess. But you
Yeah,
heard all
I
facts.
keep dropping.
You sound like
Yeah, I
you
keep getting dropped.
underwater.
Yeah, I don't know. I keep getting dropped. I don't know.
There you go. There you go. You right there. Yo, frontline.
Yeah,
What was
man.
that? What was that thing you were saying that you had to adjust the system in order to?
No, well, he got an Android on my iPhone. I had to update my system, the software,
Oh,
Yeah,
because that shit kept bumping
yeah,
me
my
out.
girl updated is that I don't know, probably Bill Haney. You know what
hey, Bill Haney, stop!
he
You
got
getting
that
them
tat. He
Haney
got that
checks?
shit
I
Stop
tat.
it.
mean?
Hey, yo, frontline. Is it me or all
Yeah,
facts said
Bill
after
Haney out
after
here
after
looking.
Scooter miss weight? I don't fuck with him. I don't fuck with him. But if he was winning, yo, Scooter. Hey, yo, all facts. Come on, you gotta fix your mic. I know you.
Yeah.
I know you talking over there. Come on.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you a little. Yeah, yeah. Stay like right there, right where you are right now. Whatever position. Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, Cool Boy, like I said, I never been Cool Boy. I never liked him when he had a rat tail. It's just with him and
Mm,
Danny. You know, this just me. I never looked at, even though they from Philly, I never looked at them as like Philly fighters. Like representing us
not even
how
Danny.
we fight. Nah, 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 not even Danny. But I liked that
Mm.
them Danny put asses in seats. But I'm talking about like a real Philly fighter. You can be from Philly and become a
Oh, I
fighter.
get what you're saying. No, I feel exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying. He didn't pull off the way the legends of Philly fought.
Yeah,
He didn't
you
he
feel
didn't
me?
bring it to the best of the Philly fighting style. I get what you're saying. He represented
Yeah.
Philly. He's a good fighter. He just didn't do it to the highest level of a
But
Philly fighter. I get what you're saying.
Dan- Danny represented the Badlands. You feel me? Which is where I'm from, but people right now probably call it the Kensington area. You feel me? So he
Okay.
represented that area. Like he was that type of fighter. But like a overall
Okay.
Philly fighter, I never looked at him and Cool Boy like that.
How about like
With
Bernell
Cool Boy,
Hopkins? Hopkins.
y-
That's a Philly fighter, right?
yeah, yes, Hopkins a Philly fighter. Meldrick,
I got you. I can hear you now.
what? Yeah, like Meldrick Teller,
Yes.
Georgie. We got, but
Was
just
about
them two
Gabriel
fighters. I looked
Rosado.
at Gabe. Yeah, I give Gabe that too. Gabe, yeah, Gabe a Philly fighter. Gabe a Philly
He's a
fighter got the
dog.
dog in him. Willing
Thank
to
you.
give it
Thank you.
up.
Thank you for giving. Yeah. Yep.
Gabe represented us well. As all right, that's the next Philly fighter, but they different level.
Yeah.
This is the Philly right now. We got it. I mean, we got the city on our back. Danny, especially Danny, putting asses in seats, selling out crazy. It had one hell of a run, got a hell of a resume. But with Cool Boy, it's just crazy how back to back fights you miss weight. Even with the Oshaki fight, they had to move to 135, put an interim champion on the line. They put a title on the line when he fought Oshaki at 135, which is
Yeah. I heard. I
crazy.
seen that.
And,
Yep.
right now, just by coming on, you're saying he missing weight. He missed weight by 6 pounds. Is diabolical. But I knew this was going to happen, and the reason I stated that, I hit Greg Hackett up, and I told Greg, I said they did this on purpose by fucking with him and Charlo Visa, but by fucking with their visa and letting Cool Boy, because they couldn't just have both of them stay in the States. They had to send one of them over there, and they just sacrificed Cool Boy. When you watch Cool Boy talking to Sean Porter and Paulie, look at his eyes. Look at his face. Same face he had when he was about to fight Oshaki. You can tell he going through it trying to make the weight. If you can't make that weight, nigga, like
Right.
go to 135,
Right.
140 then. You wasting time. You wasting a lot of time, man. And the crazy thing is, you a two divisional champion, if I'm not mistaken, right? Because I don't follow him like that. You feel
Yes.
me? So
Yes. He's two divisions.
divisional champion, right?
122 and 126.
Unified, right?
No, he was unified at 122. He had the WBC and the WBO, and then at 126 he had the WBC.
It's the WBC. Okay.
Yes.
Well, you're a two divisional champ. You feel me? That's how you know I ain't big on him. I just,
Hmm.
uh, it's just like getting dress wise, he the flyest nigga. You feel me? That nigga the
Oh,
shit.
that outfit he had with the jeans and the
Yeah,
Tims that look like
yeah,
they look like Timberlands, but they were real
yeah.
boxing boots. That
Mhm.
ain't nobody beating that outfit. I don't give a fuck.
You feel me? But like when it comes to like disciplining yourself as of right now, because of the situation he's still going through mentally by his girl situation, you
Yeah.
know, uh, by just being disciplined right now and the actions you taking, I don't know, man. He got to tighten up. He got to tighten up. I told Santos, shout out my co-host Santos Boxing. I told Santos, I won't be surprised Liam Wilson knock him out. I
Really?
won't be
Wow.
surprised.
Yeah, he put Navarrete on his
He
ass. The
put
Kubo was
Navarrete down.
easy.
He technically knocked out Navarrete, but they gave him a long count.
Yeah, I
Like
remember.
that Buster Douglas count versus Mike Tyson type count.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that. You know, and
yeah.
it's crazy. Like Liam can rumble, man. You know, he got the dog in him. I can't say rumble. You know, the nigga get down and dirty. You know, for an Australian fighter, he'd get down and dirty. You know, but he's willing to
Hmm.
bang. Oh, cool boy, Ruddy. You know, and like I said, I had a feeling main event or no limit, whoever throwing on this event, I had a feeling they did that on purpose. And I told gang, I
You think
told Greg,
so?
go ahead.
No, no. I'm saying you think so. You think they did this on
Yeah, I
purpose?
think so. I think they did that on purpose.
Mm. What did Greg Hackett say about it?
He said, "Yup." He was like, "Yup, I don't blame you because that's what it looked like.
Has
Because when we
has
see in his
Greg
face
Hackett been in contact with Stephen Fulton at all
not that I know. You
during
know, Greg
this?
got his own fight. Greg fight tomorrow. He got his own fight. He fight an undefeated
Oh,
fighter. You know,
he does.
yeah, for I think it's like a WBC Intercontinental interim
He's
title.
still fighting.
Yeah, yeah. He fight the young boy Ali Ellis out of Philly. You know,
Really?
young boy from
Yo,
London.
shout out to
Yeah,
Greg Hackett, man. Still in there fucking doing his thing, man. And you
title
know,
fight. You
it's
got to fight the man.
yo,
You got to fight the
he's a
man.
real one. He's a real one, man. Greg Hackett, man, he's a
Yeah.
real one, man. He got my
So
respect.
no, but it's just about all of us just watching and seeing. It's just like, damn, bro, why is you just doing that stuff? Why is you? To me, is this?
You're
Why is
doing
you doing
yourself
that
a
kind of stuff?
disservice by
You feel me?
taking it, Scooter.
No type of professionalism, like at
None.
all.
And then what's that going to look on Philly fighters and American fighters that the other countries, Australia and them, are going to say to us, we're unprofessional? Look at this guy
Yeah.
coming to our country, straight disrespecting. You know, Luis Pantera Nari got banned out of Japan over 5 pounds for life, a lifetime ban for 5 pounds. That's how much they take that as a smack in the face. And you're gonna
Yeah,
show up out there, get on the scale, bien frecco, 6 pounds, bro. It's like you didn't even try.
yeah.
Bro, that's bad, bro. And
Oh,
it's not only giving a black eye to Philly fighters, but to American fighters as well. Remember, American fighters don't make weight. Sikorsky, Ryan Garcia, miss weight. Keyshawn Davis, missed weight. Not once, but twice, then corrected it. Now you miss weight. What is this thing with American fighters not being professional and missing weight? And it's just a matter of time before some podcaster catches on to this and reports it. Wait a minute. Did I just do that?
yeah.
You feel me? Because American fighters are starting to get a fucking bad reputation. Your
And the
stars
thing,
are missing weight.
yeah. And you see how Earl Spence and I'm like, remember it was at 158. Now we gotta do this shit
And
at
change.
160.
What did they change? What did they change? The weight.
Yeah.
The weight. What's up with American fighters and being professional? You're talking about
Yeah.
all these other countries like they're not fucking competing or they're not doing this. Well, America, remember, when you're pointing a finger at another country, you got three fingers pointed right back at you.
Cause I'm gonna keep it tall. If I'm trained, if I got to fight in a different country, I'm gonna go have my training camp over there. I'm going over there to have my full training camp. Why? So I can get immune to everything
Acclimated.
that's over there. Acclimated,
Yes.
immune to everything that's over there. I'm not gonna go there 2 weeks in advance or a month in advance. No, I'm gonna do my whole
Right.
training camp over there. I'm taking my
Right.
whole training camp. I'm going to the mountains. Let's get it. I gotta adapt.
Yeah.
I gotta know what's going on. You know what I mean? I gotta
Get
feel this
adapted
shit.
to the air climate. Get adapted to the
Yeah.
time switch.
Yeah.
Everything. If it is not a big time switch, then I wouldn't go there, of course. But if it is, if it's a 16-hour, 12-hour time difference where I'm going over there, listen, as an athlete, one of the first things I learned in being an athlete, and I'm talking about I was in my teenage years. I
Mhm.
played baseball. I was a shortstop. I played football. I was a quarterback and a wide receiver. I played basketball. I was a point guard, a shooting guard. I play handball. I play racquetball. I play sports, and every sport I've ever played, I was above average. Not great, not the
Yeah.
best, but just slightly above average. I always had a good cannon. I either played shortstop, third base, sometimes second base. My coach would put me on second, but shortstop was my position. I won a fucking neighborhood league fucking football shit off my
Yeah.
arm. Fucking, we won it. Um,
Yeah.
and that's how I do. But as an athlete, I said all of that to say this. My coach told me 21 days is a human records a cycle.
Mhm.
Anything you ever want to get adjusted to, if ever you do drugs, if you break 21 days with the drug in your body, that's when the drug records. If you train or lift weights for 21 days, your body, it becomes routine after
Yeah.
21 days. I learned that as an athlete. My coach said anything you abuse or not abuse or whatever, the human body records 21 days. So when you say, Edwin, if I had a fight out there in Australia, I would have been out there. You're going to need 21 days and then add a few for, your travel and then
Yeah.
get down because you need 21 days of just training. So
Yeah.
yeah, your body adjusts to their time. This little 2 week or 10 day shit ain't going to do it. And that's
Mhm.
the fighter always being cocky and believing in themselves. That man, I remember being young, right? When you were young, you thought you can take a year off anything, train for 3 months, 4 months, come right back, and that in your mind, I'm right back there. But you're not. You're not.
Yeah.
What you're not taking into consideration is your competition never stopped training. They never stopped.
Right.
You might have stopped training. You came back to the gym, but all you are is in shape. You're not you're not at the level where you were fighting or sparring and you're continuing on that same level. Once you see the most common mistake from the athlete, I believe, they don't understand this concept. They think if they walked in let's say you started walking into the woods for
Yeah.
a year straight. How long, if you started after a year, you turned around, how long would it take you to get back to where you started? It's not going to
Mm.
take 3 months. You're going to
Yeah.
have to walk for a year. If it took you a year to walk that way, to stop and then turn around, it's going to take you a year to walk back. But what
Yeah.
does the athlete think? The athlete thinks he could walk in the woods for a year and in 3 months he could turn around and be right back at the beginning. That's what the athlete thinks. He doesn't understand the concept. They never stop.
Yeah.
And that's why they're like, man, why isn't I can't get my body? Yes, you're in shape. Yes. But you're not in fighter shape and eye to
Yo, we watching
eye.
another upset on this
You
card.
see him go down? You see him go down? I'm watching it too. But that's when I talk to All Facts, right? He gets me, we get into conversations and shit about, real shit and shit. And it's just like, these fighters sometimes they gotta really, I was talking about this All Facts, right? He's down again. He's down again. The fight's over. They stopped it. Yo, check it out. He's in round one. Oh shit. Shout out to round one. He
Round
beat him
one.
in round one. Yo, check it out. No, I was talking about just the evolving and the dedication to fighting All Facts, right? One thing
Yeah.
before I get into anything like that, I want to ask your opinion real quick. So when you said Danny Garcia, like he was like, yo, Danny Garcia, he didn't really like What way? I just want to ask you. I just wanted to ask you real quick. I was curious about that. What was it about that you liked or disliked about him, and what was the different style you
Or
saw him
with
take?
Danny, or with Danny, when Danny was in the amateurs, Danny was more of a Philly fighter, more of a
Yeah,
boxer. Like Edgar Berlanga. Berlanga was a boxer. Only
right.
problem with Berlanga, he got dropped by the DVD nigga. You know what I mean? But well, but with Danny,
I think
Danny was
Berlanga fell in love with the knockout and he veered away from
yeah,
boxing. But that's my opinion. Go ahead.
the same thing with Danny. Same thing with Danny. Started falling in love with the knockouts, and it's just like he couldn't finish. Like he became too slow. When he'll hurt somebody, you'll see how he'll take his time to go on the inside and try to go for the kill. Like it'll be
He was
so
always like
slow,
that. Yeah.
you know. And it's like, bro, we seen you better. Like I seen them in the gym. I'm like, damn, if Danny just stay in the inside, be like a 3-inch, 6-inch fighter, like he too fast. Like when you see him in the gym sparring and stuff, he be on the inside. Like he can't be touched. But when you go to the fight, and when you under those lights, like bro, it's looking sloppy, and then how you just winging your punches, when sometimes that I mean, when you close your eyes, you go that overhand and shit just land and hit people out,
You can close your eyes.
You feel me? Imagine you just self-discipline yourself and just really take action of, mastering your craft. You'll be a problem. Like with that Laura fight, bro, how he went out in that Laura situation was crazy. But I know Laura ain't hurt you that bad. You know what I mean? I know Laura ain't hurt him that bad.
Lara could
What do you
crack
mean?
though.
You mean
I
Prygate?
I know
Prygate?
Laura can crack. JYD said Laura's still cracking for like an old man. But it's like, come
Yo,
on,
I'm
bro.
not gonna lie. I'm not from Philly, so I'm gonna speak. I'm gonna speak. That hurt me to watch a Puerto Rican like him from Philly, tough state, go out like that, quit, try. I know he was going like through some shit. I know he jumped up weight divisions to do that.
Yeah,
I know that was not his weight division. And I felt like he bit off more than he can chew. But I didn't feel bad for Danny at the time because, actuality, what I do remember going into that fight, I felt like Danny was picking out an old man to fight. I felt that he slept on Laura. I felt like he picked Laura because they said Danny can come back and beat this fucking guy and get
yeah,
another belt in another weight division. So I felt like because of the fact that I felt Danny, this is what I felt. Danny tried to pick a cherry pick, which he thought was a cherry pick. He thought Laura was sweet. And I always felt that way. So I'm speaking freely. And
yeah.
that's what I felt. And then when Danny ended up the way he ended up, I was like, cógelo tuyo, pendejo. Because you should have never been up there fucking with that viejo. You should have
Yeah.
left that man alone and fought somebody in your weight division and did. No, you went up there for easy fix. And the
Mhm.
motherfucker met you at the door. That's what the fuck I felt happened. Then when he did that, right, I was like, the way he went out, and then what you're describing as his patienceness. Um, I think that Danny got into a point where he relied too much on his punch. I mean, that's in layman's terms. I
Yeah.
think he settled in the fact there were some times that I questioned his warrior spirit. It seemed like he
Mhm.
couldn't keep up with the top guys. As far as your assessment to watch him in the gym sparring, dudes can't touch him. He's floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee, looking like $1 million in sparring. Right. What I think happens in those situations, that's what they mean. There's levels to this. You're sparring against guys that are not on your level. Those
Yeah.
guys are tough by definition standards, street standards. Meaning the guys that Danny was sparring can walk out that gym and still be tough guys on the block. Of course.
Well,
So
shit.
he
Look at what
viewed
that
them.
Colombian dude did to Rolly.
So right, yeah. So we're looking at the guys Danny is sparring, and we're like, bro, those dudes are tough dudes, and Danny's walking through them. So on fight night, you would think Danny should fucking do good under the bright lights. What happens is the competition now he's fighting in that ring are not falling for those tricks and for his slow motion approach. Danny, like I agree with all facts. Everything he said about Danny's style is exactly what I felt the entire time watching him.
Yeah.
Watching him, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, Danny, you're a little too patient in certain situations where you should be mixing it up. In
Mm-hmm.
times where you're mixing it up, the only time you seem to get aggressive when you landed a big shot and you saw the guy wobble. That's when
Yeah.
the aggression started coming out of you. The rest of the time, there were a lot of times in the fights. I remember, I think he was wearing leopard pants or some shit in a fight. That's all I keep seeing in my head. I don't know who was. Um, but I remember in the fight, I felt Danny was losing the fight. I
I think you
remember
felt
this, and I thought this
emotional.
about a lot of, and then he finally caught the dude. Boom.
Yeah.
And then you saw the little fighter come out of Danny and shit. He kind of struck me as the little engine that could. He was always the
Mm-hmm.
kind of Boricua for me that was a pretty boy face, but in fight. And for like pretty fucking Latin dudes, pretty, you know what I'm saying? Like my father used to say that all. I used to say that shit used to get pissed. I used to get pissed. And I always used to want to prove that I could fight, because
Mm-hmm.
my brothers would say it, yo, I was too pretty to fucking fight, because all these motherfuckers look like roughnecks. My older brother, he had a beard at 16. He fucking knocking
Damn.
out grown men on the block. Like, and here come E. I'm fly as shit always. You know what I'm saying? Looking young as shit all the time. Didn't
Yeah.
grow a fucking facial hair until I was 21 years old. So Danny was like one of them smooth brothers that can crack. And, but I mean, you're right. When it comes to Philly fighters, man, and you're thinking about the Mildred Taylors, those wars that he went with Julio Cesar Chavez,
Yeah.
that referee sold him out 4 more seconds in the fight. If he leaves him on clear streak, leaning against the rope, and the bell rings in 4 seconds, he wins that fight. He
Mm-hmm.
wins that fight. The second fight, we know how that goes. I don't want to bring up old wounds, but as far as Philly fighters, listen, my sister with her belt that she gets out in King, she
Yeah.
only puts Philly fighters on the belts. Look, there's Danny, there's Holmes right there. Look, and there's Mildred Taylor right there, and then that's Mildred Taylor, and that is um um uh, um Frazier, Joe
Crazy,
Frazier,
crazy.
Joe Frazier. Yeah, and when we're talking about Philly fighters like that, like Joe Frazier and those kind of guys, I get it,
Even
I get it,
even
I get it.
even even
But
Ivan Robinson, the Philly fighter Ivan Robinson gave Julio Cesar Chavez a run for his money, and that was a
that was
little
a
scrap.
good fight. A lot of people don't
Mhm.
talk about that fight, brother.
Yeah, that was a good fight.
That's a good
They,
fight.
they was rumbling.
Yeah,
Ivan was putting that thing in there. I was like, okay, OJ. They
yeah.
was
But
rumbling.
I mean, Julio Cesar Chavez definitely went down to being the fighter that he is, and I'm not gonna take anything away from him, but just because we brought him up in conversation, somebody just put in the chat. He was 65-0, and he fought a fighter like 0-1, 1-0.
Yep, yep,
So, when we're talking about that 90 fucking, or what was it, 89 fights undefeated record, there's a lot of fighters in there. You can kind of say, another fighter too. If we're playing semantics, and if you guys want to play semantics, I could play semantics too, you know, against myself, because I'm actually doing this against myself right now, right? Um, making myself think. B Hop, what would he have been like if he didn't do that prison sentence?
yeah,
And he had all that jail time under boxing.
yeah.
Real
I I
talk.
I, I don't know. I don't know how he would have been. You know.
He would have been a multiple division world champion, dog.
Yeah,
Yo, listen, if he didn't he do something like a big stretch, like
yeah,
what
yeah.
was the
He
he
did
put in
like
like more than 12.
I don't know. I think it was between like 8. I don't know. Was it 8 or 15 years? It was something like that.
It was somewhere in
Between there,
between there, right?
yeah, there was something between there, and he was
You
a
give him
champion.
all those years back. When you put Behan in boxing for, you know, in Philly, and you know what I'm saying. I think you guys gotta, it just look who he is right now with prison sentence. He became a unified,
Yeah,
undisputed world champion.
yeah.
He was, as a matter of fact, he is the first man to break in the four belt era.
Yes,
The
he
fight
is.
that he had against Oscar De La Hoya is when the WBO on that night with that fight. Because remember,
Yep.
Oscar De La Hoya came in to fight the WBO champion. Oscar De La Hoya
Mhm.
had the WBO, and it wasn't considered a belt. At that
Yep.
time, Mike Tyson didn't need the WBO to be undisputed. He only needed the three. It was a
Yep.
three sanctioning, right?
Yep.
So on that night, Jihad is actually the man that ushered in the four belt era. And in the history books, that's where it starts.
Yep.
So your Philly guy has the credit and the right to say a
The first
Philly
to do
fighter started the four belt era. That's a
it. Yep.
fact, Jack. And he was
Yeah.
the first champion in a four belt era was a Philly fighter.
Mm-hmm. That
So
nigga
you could,
Bernard
yes,
did it.
yes. So
Bernard did it.
yeah,
That's who
that's
Andre Ward reminded me of a lot. When I used to always watch Andre Ward, I used to write down
mhm.
he reminded me of a young Bernard. No, I'm just looking
Does
at
he?
him. Yeah, cause that nigga be cheating. He be headbutting. He be
Oh,
elbowing.
Bernard does it all, baby. The
Yeah,
executioner. If
yeah.
you ain't
Andre,
fighting and you ain't trying,
if you ain't getting caught, it ain't cheating. But watching
yo, no,
Andre
no.
Ward, I see it. I'm like, man, that. But he used to be here too. He used to get rounds in the city of Philly when he was a kid, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, like I can tell, bro. You came here, got them gems, and just took off with that shit. Because every time I watched him, I always thought I was watching Bernard. You know, the closest
Mm.
thing to him at the time. I'm like,
Yeah, Bernard, we brought those jail tactics right to the
yeah,
ring. You know what I'm saying? I gave you a 2 for 1. Where them soups at? You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that shit was
Hey yo,
crazy, man.
hey, phone check, fool. Phone check. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? You know,
hot
yo,
different.
Hopkins brought all that to the sport. Um, he was successful in his own right. I heard behind the scenes he was very difficult to work with, but that's
Mhm.
besides the point. Man made something of himself, came out of prison, no money, got it out the mud, fight by fight. One of his first fights, he loses to Roy Jones Jr. That must have been discouraging. And he still went on to be the fighter and got that lick back, by the way. He
I
ended up
thought that was
beating
a
Roy.
close fight. I thought that was
Huh?
a little close fight to me, you know, just watching it, when I watching him fight Roy, you know, and I was a Roy fan at the time. I'm like, damn, like who the fuck is this little ugly motherfucker? Like he giving
Mm-hmm.
Roy some work, you know? Like it was a
Yeah.
little close situation, you know, and about coming back getting his lick later on down in life is crazy. You know, I met
Mm-hmm.
Bernard, I was in juvenile placement, right? And I got certified as an adult when I was 14. And he come
Mm-hmm.
through to the adult prison, but the juvenile side, and we meet him, and he was
Mm-hmm.
fighting Trent. And I told him, I said, man, you got to hold down this city. So he took a picture with me and my homie. He had the belt. He took a picture of me and my homie Nino. Come home, and whatever I beat the case. When I come home, I watched the fight. I'm like, damn, though, that nigga, he did everything, but the only corny thing he did, I said, I don't know how the fuck you made it out of Puerto Rico when he
Oh, with
threw
the
the flag
flag
over
shit.
there. Yeah, that's the only thing I ain't like. I'm like, damn, Bernard, you fucked up.
Yeah, you
I
fucked up
know.
with that one.
Yeah, but I still went
Yeah.
for him in the city,
Yo,
but
it's what the crazy thing is, I was at that five live.
that shit was
I was in New
crazy.
York City. I remember we bought our tickets, me and Oscar. Then the World Trade Center got hit by the planes. Then the fight, it was in Madison Square Garden. It got pushed back. The fight got pushed back. Then America collectively came together and said, no, we're not going to be scared. We're going to allow sports to continue. A few weeks later, they announced the fight in the same place, and we went back out to New York and we saw the fight. I was there live.
Hey,
Uh, yeah, but
I'm gonna ask you a
something real
question.
interesting.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna ask you a question. Which fight was better, Bernard Trinidad and live, or Boots and Xander?
Boots Zander.
Well, because it's now.
No, no, no. Um, Trinidad never gave us a moment in the fight ever. I remember myself watching that fight
No, no,
just in
no,
between.
Edwin, Edwin. What I mean the experience, the overall night, the overall day for you, like you and your friends going out to the fight.
Oh no, Trinidad.
Trinidad, right?
Yeah, Trinidad by far.
Obvious.
Yeah,
That,
no, no. If you're talking like that,
yeah, like
um,
that.
Trinidad came out. I don't know if you remember. He came out with the police hat on.
Yeah, I remember.
Remember because of the World Trade Center. So there
Mhm.
was a lot of emotion, and people were like wanting to go outside to
Yeah,
prove we're not scared type shit. But also, it was New York. So Trinidad comes out with the hat. Yo, la banderas, they were everywhere, the Puerto Rican flags. And when the fight kicked off, Bernal Hopkins quickly, he knew that Trinidad was real heavy on the front foot. He picked Trinidad apart. By the middle rounds, Trinidad tried to fight him back here and there, but now we were just sitting there. We knew what we were watching. Felix was getting, outboxed round by round. And then at that last second, when he dropped Felix and Felix started complaining, you know, we never saw Felix Trinidad go down, get hit, and complain. We knew he was hurt. Felix usually got hit, dropped, got up, went like this, and you seen him. He was and then he started looking around. It was different. Yeah, you saw his leg give out. And you knew he was hurt, hurt, hurt. And we were like, no. So I remember feeling from the ninth or 10th round, I was saying, well, let's get a moral victory out of this. I don't think Felix is going to win this, but as long as he doesn't get knocked out, and then no sooner, boom, he gets stopped. We're like, fuck, Felix. Like, you came all the way up here to bring the belts to him. And then from there, he went and unified with Oscar from Felix. So Bernard Hopkins went on a run. He beat Puerto Rico's best and Mexico's best to
yes, he
get all
did.
four of those belts. That run was crazy. Then he made the four belt era.
Yeah,
What B
most
Hop
of
did
them.
in his run and that stamped for Philly, yeah, but I'm just I talk boxing, so I'm talking with you. I got to bring up the facts. I hope you put some things together. And I'm
Yeah,
telling you, he did a lot for boxing. Now, as far as Xander, Duran Boots Ennis, it was different. Xander gave us that third round. That's the third
that's,
round heard across the world. That's
yeah.
the underdog. That's the little guy that can. That's the
And,
guy that was counted out of the fight.
and that's
That
gonna be
was
the
the guy.
only one who ever did that to him. Cause I promise y'all this, nobody else is gonna do what Xander did to Boots. I keep telling people
No,
that.
yeah, yeah. And not everybody, and I hate when people think that just because he did it, well, this guy was able to knock down Naoya anyway.
Yeah,
Brother, that does not mean your guy can do it. And I don't
yeah,
give a fuck if your guy is better. It doesn't mean just because he can do something or no, you got to go and do that. If any
yeah,
other fighter thinks they're going to do that to Jerron Boots Ennis, show me. Show me.
yeah. Xander
Show
gonna
me
be
you're
the
going to
only
do
one
that.
that did it. Xander gonna be the only one that came close, man. I keep telling everybody. I say, yo, Virgil. It could have been you.
Nah,
But you're not going to do what Xander did in that third round. You're not going to do
no.
that. Why? Because that boy watched that fight 5 times so far. He said, and he's seen it. And that shit over. Why? Because Xander woke him up, and like he said, Xander going to be the only person that did that to me. Everybody else, I'm smoking them. Only one
Right,
person got
right.
that signature. That's it. And shout out Xander for giving me the opportunity. And everybody think they're gonna do the same thing he did to me in the third round. That y'all not. Virgil, first of all, Virgil, if Xander would have hit you with that shit, I know you would have went down. You see how many times Boachuk dropped you and you got awarded that fight, bro. Don't do that. Don't do it. Cause I watch him say that
Hopkins
shit
knocked
about
down the smaller guys. Hopkins was big for the division, but he made weight as a professional, so I can't say nothing about it. What I can say is Felix Trinidad. He beat Felix Trinidad not in his natural weight division. Nobody beat Felix Trinidad at 147. That's where Felix Trinidad made the legend of Felix Trinidad. He never lost in that weight division. He started going up to 154, shit like that, fucking around at 160. Felix Trinidad, where he didn't belong. See, Bennell was a middleweight. Hopkins was a middleweight. So, I mean, Hopkins was cutting weight like any other fighter, just like Roy Jones Jr. Was he a weight bully? Was he knocking out guys smaller? No. You know what I'm saying? And this smaller guy theory doesn't work with me when Mike Tyson knocked out everybody bigger than him.
yeah.
That shit don't work for me. It means you just lost the fight.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't, no one gave a fucking teardrop or even cared that Frank Bruno was 6'5" against 5'10" Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Nobody cared how big Razor Rudzik was against Mike Tyson. What did he have to do? He had to slip fucking 11 punches just to get one in.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't want to hear Hopkins beat on little guys. They should have beat him up. And Oscar De La Hoya, I believe, was taller. I'm not sure. I think he was taller than Biha.
Yeah,
So, you
maybe.
know, I look, man, look, fighting is fighting. You're gonna have to learn to beat taller fighters. You're gonna have to learn how to beat long reach, speed, power. That's what we train for. Tank Davis knocked everybody out. Why? He was the shortest guy.
Mm-hmm.
Got right underneath them and knocked them out with the uppercut. Well, what happened when you put him in against a ring with a guy that was actually shorter than him? Esau Pitbull Cruz.
Saw Pitbull beating.
Tank struggled. Why?
Yes, he
Because
did.
his entire fighting style was catered on fighting taller guys.
Mm-hmm.
Javante Tank Davis. He flowed. He learned how to fight. When Pitbull Cruz came into the equation, that fucked up his whole system.
Yeah. Fuck them
He's
all up.
he's going up here. Esau's down here, buddy. He's actually
Yeah.
shorter than you. So when he threw all his punches, he was hitting the top of Esau's forehead because his
Mm-hmm.
angles were off, and he broke his hand because he kept punching Esau Pitbull Cruz on the forehead. So when you say Biha does this, same thing they say about Devin Haney. Devin Haney's a weight bully. This guy's a weight bully. Espinoza's too tall. Fucking um um uh what's his name? 6'6" there, giraffe dude. What's his name?
Fedora.
154 pounder. Fundora.
Fedora.
Fundora's too tall, right? Whatever, right? Like, look, am I gonna call Fundora a weight bully or a tall bully? Am I gonna call Devin? No, by definition, you make weight. What Scooter
Yeah.
is not a professional. You understand?
Yeah.
Keyshawn Davis has not been a professional, but he tries to correct his last fight. Those are
Yeah.
not professionals. That's what I would call a weight bully. When you have to renegotiate the contract a week out from the fight and still not make the desired weight you requested. Go
Mm.
figure. You requested the weight, the second weight. The weight that you said, look, I can't make that one. Then we adjust it to this one. And the weight that you adjust it to, you missed that one too. That's not a professional.
Mm-hmm. It's
And
crazy.
now you're going to start to look like a weight bully because they're saying you're not underweight, you're overweight. The definition of what? Weight bully. And Scooter is not a big puncher. He shouldn't get that kind of title. That's what that is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that is. A weight bully is not a person that makes weight. And if you're thinking, let me be a weight bully, cut an substantial amount of weight and make the fight, when you replenish and you put all that water back in, and that extra weight that you packed on hurts you in the eighth,
Yeah.
ninth, 10th, 11th round, it's not like a thing that you add more weight, you perform better. There's a certain weight limit. It's unhealthy. You shouldn't let your guy blow up that much weight. If your guy can put on 12 to 16 pounds after weigh in, that's great. Some guys can do it like Devin, 21 pounds, 24 pounds. And sometimes I've heard report, I don't got no proof on it yet because I didn't look this up, but they were
Yeah.
throwing around some big numbers for Devin. Okay. I'm not going to say them because actually I don't have the right to say it because I don't have anything to put on it, but I could go look it up. Okay.
Oh
So what I'm
shit, the
saying
closing
is,
event canceled?
I can't hear you.
Oh, they canceled the Fulton fight?
Yes.
Dang.
Yeah, no, he's not. They're looking for a fighter because the dude didn't take the 6 pounds.
Mm.
William didn't take the 6 pounds, so they're scrambling in the wee hours. Frontline just read the report on the live, so they're waiting. They're waiting to see if they can, get him a fighter or whatever to squeeze somebody in there in the co-main event. But it's in Australia, dog.
Dang.
I can imagine it would be another Australian fighter or whatever.
Gotta be.
Look, after the Charlo twin got taken off the card in Australia and his visa or passport issues
Mm-hmm.
occurred, and they were trying to, you know, talk to Scooter, fight up, put him into the fight and everything, and maybe that had something to do with it, but it's a bad look for Scooter because if you couldn't take this fight, you just made your own brand and your own name take a hit for no reason. You
Yeah.
shouldn't have signed up for this if you couldn't pull this off. And what makes it look worse, they agreed to the new weight you chose. And even though you chose a weight, you didn't make that weight. So it's a double whammy for nothing for Scooter trying to come in and, take the spot that Charlo was having. Look, this backfired on you, Scooter. This truly backfired on you. You let people down in Philly. There's people out there in that fight that bought plane tickets and hotels and was expecting to see you. You're not there. You think you're going to get those same people to invest in you again? Like, it just, Scooter, bro, I don't see any angle that you came out winning in this, and the Boo Boo Andre fight is about to start.
Yeah,
I see
I'm
Boo
about
Boo
to
Andre. Yeah, he's over here walking back and forth right now. They're
yeah.
in the ring. I might as well just
Yeah.
watch this fight with you guys. Fuck it.
No, but I'm about to get up on out of here. I got my other
Yeah,
client.
man.
My brother just said I'm about to go finish cutting these hairs because I got a family reunion tomorrow. So
All right, all
hey, I'm gonna
right,
pull up there tomorrow when I'm at the family reunion. You live? I'm gonna pull up because I know I'm gonna be bored as shit. So I go home and watch the fights. But
all right,
look,
all right, all right.
hey, yeah, good looking man. Front line, good looking man. I'm gonna pull up
Absolutely,
tomorrow. Man.
absolutely, brother. Thank you for stopping by anytime. And tell your co-host, don't to be afraid to come up here and talk to Frontline. All right?
Yeah, I got you. I got you. I tell
all right, all
you. One
right.
nigga.
Saludo. Good night, brother. Hey, yo,
Good
fight
night, G.
fans, man. Thank you for tuning in here, man. Here at Round One Sports TV. Actually, I was gonna watch this Boo Boo Andres fight, but I'm just gonna like pack it in for the night. I'm gonna go downstairs and get myself to bite to eat. I wish Boo Boo Andre a lot of luck right here. Looks pretty good in the fight. Well, let's see at least the first round. Let's see if he gets a quick one. Let's see right now. So this is the first round. Look at Boo Boo. He comes out. Bam. Southpaw. He quickly takes the center of the ring. Let's see if we get some fireworks here real quick. See, I said I was gonna step off, but now the boxing started. Boo Boo looks relaxed right now. He's been out of the ring for a little while. I want to see what he looks like throwing punch. He ain't throw a punch yet. 2 minutes and 27 seconds in the first round, and Boo Boo hasn't even thrown a jab. And as soon as I say that, he throws a 1, 2, 3, connects on the chin on one. He missed the first one, but he followed it up with a second shot. He landed a good shot there. Oh, nice jab by Boo Boo. Nice fast one. That's what I want to see. I want to see what he looks like his defense when the other guy attacks him. Show me what you look like when under pressure a little. That David the Monster Benavidez fight was he Bobo Andre. He just didn't look good at all. He wasn't even competitive that much in the fight, if you ask me, against David the Monster Benavidez. Um, for all the shit he talked and the way the shit went, it just mm, Boo Boo's like trying to like reach up. He did his measuring. Oh, my man came to swing too. He's got a little bit of movement and shit. He got to use that movement against. Oh shit! Boo Boo caught him over the top. Made him switch legs. Oh, I think he's hurt. Oh, Boo Boo got his hand over his head though. Referee didn't say shit. Oh shit! He knocked him. Wow! Oh, 64. Oh, that hand behind the back was crazy, but he ducked, boop. He catches him with a. Yeah! Yo! I said, let's watch at least the first round, right? Let's go! Let's go! Yo! Yo! Yo, good call. Good call, round one. Good call,
Round
round
one.
one. Yeah! I needed that. Yo, he knocked him. He slumped him. Said, I got to help him up. With his wallet, his chain. Shout out to Boo Magic. Yo, that made my night right there. That made my night right there. That was the shit. That was it, man. I love this shit. I love this shit for real. Yo, good night. Yo, Boo, yo, you did what you got to do, baby. You know what I'm saying? You look strong. You look good. You know, you did what you had to do. You showed power. That's what you're supposed to do. You put me in with these kind of guys, and I'm gonna do what I have to do. And there it is. Lumped him. One punch knockout. My man probably won't box again. I don't know. Maybe he will. Yeah. Damn. That's exciting. Yo, fight fans, love you guys. Take care. And I'm on to the next one after this one here at Round One Sports Talk. Have a great night. Peace.